So the general in demonic plate armor shifts uneasily. He has been waiting a long time. And then he is summoned. Well, comes the booming voice from the other end of the room. The general answers, I'm sorry, sir, they made it into the cavern. There's silence that seems to last an eternity. The answer of which is, collapse it then. The general stutters in reply, sir, that will bring the entirety of the mountain down. The figure near the window whirls, fire burning in his eyes. Bring the mountain down.
Boys, we're in a tight spot.
We did it, guys.
We're in a tight spot.
Yeah.
We're in a tight spot.
Oh.
Tony's head is on its keyboard and Ryan ran away. So, you guys are in a tight spot.
Yeah.
When we last left you, you had totally, as we talked about, screwed over Asmodeus. Not so much in legal terms or even in combative terms, but just in a general presence of dealing with the way things went down and what you gave to him and did to him. And yeah, it was like was said earlier before the recording, a giant middle finger to the ruler of the Nine Hells. And then you ran into the Cave of Lost Souls, which you navigated in many ways quite quickly. You weren't lost and wandering around in there for long at all before you found your way into the lair of the Collector, which appears now that you figured a few things out to be an almost infinitely spanning row of shelves, each of them containing some sort of aquarium, encased diorama, shadow box, snow globe type thing that all holds either interesting objects or individuals. You met the Collector at the end of this moment. In your perspective, he is a 100-foot tall gnome, and you are a small, small being. So that's where we stop. Yes, sir.
Are we still seeing the individual temples, and just Adam is seeing, or Thanik is seeing the?
Thanik is the only one seeing the illusion. Everybody else is still seeing the regular illusion. The rest of you would be able to see the Collector out your either doors or windows that lead into the blackness. You also discovered that not far from you on the shelves is your old friend?
Buddy old pal, Ulrin.
Ulrin Zabas, the Satyr Bard.
Buddy.
Who is self-absorbed enough to think that you came to rescue him.
I mean, sure.
Why?
How did he end up down here?
That's a good question.
I don't know that he's there.
Well, I was going to say,
you guys, your telepathic bond now works again. You're all on the same plane, so you would know he's there.
From that comment that you made before, that he thinks that we came to rescue him, does that mean that we can see each other across the different globes now?
No, you would just know that he's there.
Okay. Once I know that it's an illusion and I tell them it's an illusion, does it look like an illusion to them too?
No.
Or is it still okay?
Yep.
I missed my illusion.
No, it still looks like an illusion to you.
Oh, okay.
You know it's there. You know it's an illusion, but it's like hallucinatory terrain. It's still very solid.
Excellent.
I'm going to look right at the big fella in front of me, and just ask him if he has any intentions, or if we're just meant to stay within our little spaces.
He just moves about, smiles, polishes his new treasures, and continues to move on. It doesn't even seem like he could hear you.
Okay. But did we hear him address us as the Granite Backs?
I don't think so.
Didn't he say, we didn't hear it?
I don't
have
remember
some
him.
brand packs.
I thought at the
Oh,
very
he
end.
did say that.
Yeah. At the very least, I would have heard it because I saw it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, so
you
I'm
would
just
have heard.
wondering, like, did we all hear that?
Yeah, you all would have heard that.
Okay.
Okay,
In
so
a
we
very
didn't hear
loud,
him.
very squeaky, but still very booming voice.
Okay.
It's unsettling.
So he sounds like a Karen.
Oh no, not that kind of squeaky.
Okay. I just heard booming and squeaky. So not shrill.
Mhm.
I am not sure how long I'm going to be here, so I'm going to start the process.
Ryan, what did you say?
Well, I said what I said.
I know. That's terrifying.
That's what I thought I heard. That's what I thought I heard you about to say. So
That just flips my stomach because I'm just kind of picturing like one of those toys that's full of like He-Man slime or Ghostbusters slime.
Yeah.
Just
I'm going to start the process of
No.
drawing a teleportation circle in my little space.
okay.
So it'll last for a little while, and if I keep doing it, it'll last forever. But that takes like a year. So
A year. You have to cast it every day for a year.
however, I can for right now have it just in case for later I can come back here. So I'm going to do that.
Mav is going to take a nap. And by nap, I mean go to bed. It's been exhausting.
how long have we been in here?
Aren't you?
How long has it been?
Minutes.
It's hard to tell, but it does not feel long at all. Handful of minutes. You feel like the collector came almost immediately.
Okay. What I mean, I feel like the last thing that was kind of said through our telepathic bond was Thanak saying that it's an illusion, and so that we're all on the same page that it's an illusion, but there hasn't been anything else said besides that, really, correct?
Nope. And Thanak would have been the only one while using the eye who could have heard Ulrin.
Yeah, and that's
You all
gonna
know he's
phase
there.
in.
But
My telepathic bond with you guys only lasts like an hour, so I don't know how much longer we'll have it. We've been in the habit of keeping it up, but once we're here for an hour, we won't have it anymore.
Yeah. I will.
Hey, Mike.
yeah.
So,
Goodbye. I figured that was coming. His mic or his camera
man,
was stuck.
it was froze for a while, and I was like, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. But
That you called on me and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to answer. I'm just going to go away.
Thanak, you should do some investigation arcanely and see if you
Yeah.
can figure out anything about these spaces we're in, see if there's anything we can do about them. I think we need to
Yeah.
start doing a little bit of what we're good at and figuring out if there's any way around what we're in and what we're doing.
Yeah, I was gonna
Um,
cast minor illusion outside the jar. Oh, he just left. Are you still there?
no, he was just loading video. He's there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just turned my video back on.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna cast minor illusion outside the jar. I'm just gonna make an image of
Granite back. Make it a granite back.
Merrily.
Aw,
Oh,
that's
how
cute.
pathetic.
It fails.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought.
So I know that we said that this is like our space. Is it that our space is illusionary, or everything inside is illusionary, or
It's like the holodeck from Star Trek.
Yeah.
okay?
So you're in a contained area that is not illusionary, but there are
Illusion.
semi-solid illusions inside of it.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want to do some identifying or arcana on the space that you're in, see if there's anything you can figure out about it?
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going.
You're the only one amongst us that I think that has those abilities. I have the ability to manipulate stuff, but identifying it is completely beyond me. I'm not a smart halfling.
Legitimately, would identify even work on this because it's specifically for items?
It's hard to say.
Would that work on that scale?
You can-
I mean, because I don't mind trying it. I don't have a problem trying it, but I don't know if it'll go anywhere.
Go ahead and make the roll. We'll see what happens.
It's a 10-minute cast.
Yep.
Okay, so what plus Arcana plus 10?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap!
So it's you don't pick up a whole lot more than you've already figured out just through observation. You are in some sort of large magical device, or you have been made very small and placed in a powerful small magical device. One of those two things is happening. You are inside of a magical device that is running on weave power, and it's fueling illusions. As far as you can tell with your identification, there are no entrances or exits to this thing.
With this being weave power, would Mav be able to suck it up and get at least his?
Mav could certainly try.
If I crit it, can I send it to another dimension?
No, to its original dimension.
To its original dimention?
Are you going to provide that thought to Mav?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no, I would definitely, not you.
I mean, that one too.
Yes. So the answer to both those questions is yes. How helpful are they? Well,
I mean, I was probably going to do it anyway.
Yeah. All right. No, I would definitely bring it up. I don't know if it'll work. It may simply render the jar or whatever we're in inert.
It might kill Mav.
Can't do anything, or you might kill yourself. I mean, there are all kinds of things that we don't know about this.
Word.
Here's the thing. We all may be tiny, and if you suck up magic, it could make you normal sized inside a tiny jar. Which could be bad. It could be real bad.
Or it might not be bad at all if it's a tiny jar, because it'll just break right away.
Okay. Mav tells you that he's doing this out of love, and
Mav is gonna suck it all up, and then
Mike, is he within?
And have shards of glass in his eyes.
I'm going to attempt to give bardic inspiration to Mav. Is he within 30 feet of me or 60 feet of me?
I thought you said we were all pretty far.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Only if we're normal sized.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Are we
attempting
though?
to
Because
find out if
before
we're
I
close
thought you
together.
said that we could see each other. Like we were, some of us were across, and one was like across another
Only
direction.
Fennec
I
can.
could see you,
Yeah,
but I couldn't see everybody.
I thought you could.
Maybe I could. I thought
he could.
But either way, it was far. It was definitely far.
I thought he saw people in basically every opposite direction.
I did, but what I mean is yes, I saw people all over the place. But as far as you guys, you were all pretty far from me.
No, specifically us though. Like one to the left, one to the right, and like one in front. I thought that's what he said.
Basically, this is really funny. I just rolled you each a d20 and I was going to rearrange you in order in the combat tracker, but I rolled the order that's in the combat tracker. So, so that's how you guys are arranged on the shelf. Okay. Now, distance-wise, Mav is in the globe next to Jeffrey, but you can't see him.
No, but he can hear me.
He can hear you through the telepathic bond.
He can't hear you.
So all the wording says is that they can hear you. Do they need to hear your audible voice?
No, I would say you could.
Okay.
They have to be within 60 feet and be able to hear you. So this is just kind of, I'm also trying to learn distances if we're within 60 feet of each other, stuff like that, because I can't see him. So,
yeah, I think Mav qualifies.
All right. I will give you a bardic inspiration, then Mav, you have a D10 that you can use, and until you use it, you have a +1 to your proficiency modifier. What level are we? Yeah, D10.
Let's do this. We're going to suck up some magic.
All right. Make a D20 roll for me.
Oh, buddy.
That's not a good one.
Can I use my inspiration?
On this, but you will be able to on the Constitution saving throw you need to make.
Oh, man.
Mav's going to go quiet in our brains for a while. Hey!
Oh, that's real good.
Yep. Just in case.
Yeah!
36.
That's really quite good. All right. So Mav, you begin to suck the power in, and you're pulling it in, and you realize that this is going to take a lot. The illusion immediately fades, and you are on a flat surface, and you can see the glass, so to speak. You can see the barrier of the enclosure that you're in. You're in more a cube than a ball, really, but kind of like a lizard aquarium or terrarium. And you think you could attempt to keep going, but the difficulty is going to compound. You're already facing some pushback against your power to your physicality.
Have I filled any spell slots or taken any damage from this?
I would say you have. How many spell slots did you have to fill? All of them?
All of them except my second levels and one first.
You have refilled your spell slot, and you probably have 16 spell levels of overload at the moment.
Okay, so with my action on my turn,
Ryan's face.
That's a lot. Sorry.
Mav is going to cast Death Ward on himself.
Perfect.
So that is
perfect. Great contingency button for what's about to happen.
Yep.
So that's all I can do there, which I believe is 12d10.
That's gonna blow up your glass jar.
Just a second, let me double check that real quick. Absorption.
Pretty sure it's 12d10.
Pretty sure it is.
10 for every spell slot you don't utilize. Do you have a bonus action you can utilize, or do you want it all to go off?
I cast a spell, so the only thing I can cast would be a bonus action
cantrip.
Dude.
Oh, bye, Mav.
I'm pretty sure that's only 10d10. Because I rolled 12d10 right before that.
It is only 10.
No.
Dude.
Yay.
Dude.
Did you just kill yourself?
So close.
Almost.
93.
You guys just hear the little sonic boom next door.
Yeah.
You definitely would hear this.
Would they? Okay. Would they have to make a saving throw?
No,
because
the magic has been completely contained inside your globe or your box, so they would not. So you have managed to take your illusion down, but you are still trapped in your enclosure.
I would just relay doable, deadly.
Try and cast Dispel Magic.
I don't have Dispel Magic.
Tony, Jeffrey is going to try and cast Dispel Magic, now knowing that it is doable but dangerous. He's just going to attempt to use a 3rd level spell slot and get rid of something. He's just going to aimlessly into the ether and try and cast Dispel Magic. So I assume a 3rd level spell slot's not going to be enough to get rid of anything.
You are correct. You will need to make a roll. And Ryan is now hitting the illusion. Oathing is hitting it.
Which is going to be a charisma check. Well, try that again.
Hold on. So you blast this magic out, and it hits the wall and comes hurtling back towards you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Is that with the 13 or with the 1? Because as a halfling, I get to re-roll the 1.
No, it is still the 13.
Okay.
The 13 would have. I should have said that different. The 13 would still not have been enough.
That's all I needed. 15 on the deck save.
15. All right, so that is just enough. You drop out of the way of the blast of Dispel Magic, and as you see it, it is now bouncing around the room, and it is changing magic types every time it hits the wall, and it hits the back wall, and the entire back wall of your tavern dispels. The illusion dispels, and Ulrin's back there just like waving, trying to get your attention.
Oh, hey, Ulrin. I'll talk to him, assuming I can, and find out that I probably can't.
You cannot hear each other. And
I'm gonna go do that thing where you breathe on it and make fog, and I'm just gonna draw a wiener.
He draws a wiener back.
All right, it's the real Ulrin, guys. just checking, just making sure. Yeah. So it worked, but it was a bad thing. That's good to know. I can try that again. Is there anything I can quote unquote hide behind so that the magic would hit it instead of me, like behind the bar and shoot it towards the door?
You're not sure because when it hit that back wall, it took out all of the furniture near it.
Oh, okay. I would do it anyway. I only got one more spell slot of 3rd level anyway, so it's my last ditch for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Charisma check. Oh, there we go. 23.
Okay. You hit the wall with a normal blast of Dispel Magic, and it really only dispels a piece of the illusion in the size of the spell power where it should have, just in a small localized area. You can now see Mav's room that is completely clear of illusions.
Look at that. All right, that's all I've got for now. So I'll just find some piece of the illusion left, and I'll just start playing cards with myself.
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy on myself.
Okay.
And yell and see if anybody can hear me with that. They
can hear you with that. It's muffled, but Thaumaturgy is loud enough to get through the enclosure.
Is the collector still out there?
You don't see him. He moved on down the hall. You saw him for a while, but he has moved on to doing something else.
I'm going to yell for him, and I'm mentally going to tell my friends to cast Thaumaturgy if they have it. Oh, you don't have to. Don't worry. But you should yell as loud as you can.
I crit the door, man.
I saw that oath thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to do anything. Whatever this thing is, it does seem to have been crafted here.
Yeah, I figured as much.
What is the thing that we're in? What is it made out of? Is it glass?
You don't know. It feels like a glass, but it really can't be glass.
Okay.
I have Thaumaturgy, so I can join Mav in the yelling.
Trying to get his attention,
like the gopher. Hey, Alan.
Danik, are you able to do Thaumaturgy?
I don't have Thaumaturgy.
Get good. Go big brain or go home.
Get good. All right.
So like Alan.
I don't need Thaumaturgy to.
I'm making a perception check. You do not. The collector does not return.
Okay, well,
inside my little space, I'm going to use Prestidigitation and Minor Illusion, and I'm just going to start making things. And I want there to be like an awesome party going on in my place. So Ulrin gets jealous and does everything he can to try and get out of his space and get into mine. I don't know if it'll work, but that's Jeffrey's goal.
He returns some illusionary magic.
Yeah.
His is way groovier than yours, but yours might be a little cooler. But he's definitely groovy.
Hey, let's play Get Help.
I'm trying. We're working on it.
You said it's dark outside, right? Outside our globes?
Until the illusion's down, it's darker out here. You're in some sort of storage facility.
I would like to cast Dawn on the edge of my snow globe.
Okay. That that will brighten only your snow globe. So, Jeff, you watch as Mav's globe basically becomes a lighthouse beacon.
Oh, man, I can't do that.
And it does spread light out into the shelf areas. It does pass through there, but the spell doesn't actually go through there.
Correct. But my hope is to get his attention.
Gotcha.
Is there a top to yours? Like, if you got to the top, could you push the lid off like an angry fish?
If I could get any higher than ground level, I mean, I'm a dwarf. We don't tend to leave the ground.
I believe he said there's no in or out.
Oh, gotcha. There's no perceivable entrance or exit to it?
Correct.
Okay.
I would like to cast Feign Death on myself.
Okay.
Oh no.
Are you warning us?
Yes. I mean, it takes 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes to cast it, so yes.
Right, but if you don't tell us, we're going to get real worried about the dead critter in the next cell.
I'll be like, what's that doing over there? And then he just falls over dead.
You know what? I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm not going to tell you guys. It'll help with the ruse.
Oh, you're the worst.
All right, so Mav, like the entire area you're in lights up, and across the way you see more containers that have similar. There's humanoids in them. There's creatures in them. Some of them have items inside of them. There are things that are over there. Most of them are the type of things you recognize. There's a few odd things that you're like, that's weird. I don't ever want to look at that thing again. And sure enough, the lantern light from far down the hallway appears after a little bit and comes down, and then you hear the squeaking of the ladder as it rolls over in front of your globes, and he climbs up it and he looks and he's like, what seems to be the problem here? And he starts to tap your enclosure very solidly, and the illusion begins to start at the top and begins to work its way down around the side of the globe again.
Can I thaumaturgy?
You can.
And introduce myself.
It wants to talk. Okay. He taps it again and the illusion stops.
I'll turn off dawn.
Okay.
So it doesn't be as bright.
So it doesn't be as bright? Is that what you just said?
No. You totally misheard that.
Does anybody proofread your contracts, by the way?
We're at moment. We've never once 27 and a half on the recording if we need to look it up for evidence.
Anyways, so I'm going to turn off my night light. While Thanik dies over next door.
Okay.
And Matt feels no sympathy for him. None. He's dead. Good. Riddance.
I will help you with your grammar. It's okay. Like, there's no shame. Not
we'll
all
be
those
waiting
can
for
be as
hours
big
to
brain
help
as I
you
am.
with grammar. So
you have his attention.
Mav asks what he wants with us, which he assumes the answer is going to be to collect us, but
yeah, he basically communicates he already has what he wants from you.
Is there something we can offer in exchange for our freedom?
He cocks his head to the side. I don't think you have anything that would qualify for that.
We have Asmodeus's wrath.
Don't we all?
I'm pretty sure he's going to send this mountain down to the ground, but that's not the point.
He looks.
We don't even know that.
Yeah, no. That's true. We don't know that.
We don't know that. I would ask him what it would take.
Tell him we need to get out.
Got places to be.
We need to get out. What was that?
He'd kind of scratch his pointy beard And he'd say, to be honest, you're not really all that unique. You're here because you've uniquely angered the right types of beings to make yourselves special enough. But ultimately, you're just dwarves. And thousands of dwarves.
You don't need more dwarves.
You're right, but you're dwarves that have ticked off rulers of the Feywild and...
Unique. I mean, people have done that before.
It's true, but not quite with the granite-back gusto.
That's because we have a good gusto. But
Right.
It's not great. It's not great. It's just okay. Like,
No, I think you're selling yourself short.
no, I'm selling myself high.
Oh, tell him if he lets us out, maybe we'll be able to top what we've done. And then we'll have great gusto.
Ooh.
But then I wouldn't have you, so no gusto.
But then when
for
you
me.
did, then we'd be special.
Let's just say you have potential.
Tell him we know where the last piece of the rod is.
Sure. I'll tell him where we know where all the other pieces of the rod are.
Did we get the second one?
He's got the second one.
He's got the second one.
He
Oh,
has
yeah,
one of them,
that's right.
and the other one's in
We
the
have
living room.
one. He has one, and we know where the third is.
Does he know that we know that the other
Nope.
piece is here, though?
Oh my gosh, this sentence.
No.
We should tell him, though.
Nope. We just want him to know that we know where the other ones are.
He's like, I highly doubt you know where the other pieces are.
Well, I know that the one you got was the fake.
So do I. But what you don't know is that I got them both.
And then to mentally communicate and double check.
At this point, I'm going to let you guys know that I have re-listened to the recording, and you never checked to see if you still had the actual piece.
We never did. Okay. Then I will let him know if we know where the third one is.
I would like to know how he got the second one, because he shouldn't have been able to.
You would like to know that, wouldn't you?
Would you like to know that more than
There's all kinds of things that he shouldn't be able to do that he clearly has already done. Hence his name.
Tony's just broken because I broke the rules that bad.
Yeah.
I was that terrible to the rules that he's like, no.
Yes, because I know we did a pretty flawless job of making sure that nobody could get it.
That's true. But you didn't do a very flawless job of making sure no one was watching you do a flawless job of setting him up.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
See, we could have told Asmodeus how we did that.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
Your fault.
Which is really why I asked some of the very pointed questions that I asked last week about what you were presenting.
Yeah.
Because had things gone differently and you would have been like, yeah, we'll give it to him, that would have been a fun turn of events.
I think what we did was pretty good.
Yes,
Far
I
better.
No, what you did was spectacular. But you are just now finding out that you really did get robbed.
Yeah, we really did.
Mav is a little taken
Third one
aback,
is.
but he's more concerned with getting out, so he will just continue on with the
Yeah, we know where the third one
you
is.
know where the third piece is. So he could have the full rod.
Does
And
nobody
that-
care that I'm dead?
No.
Nobody knows you're dead.
Dude, I don't even think I can see that, so no.
Yeah, none of us can see you.
Yeah, but he can.
He's busy.
He's busy talking to Mav.
I don't see you dead. I'm not looking over your direction. He's taking a nap.
I mean, now
That's
if
true.
you ask me if I would be concerned that you were dead, yes, I would be concerned. But I don't know that you're dead, so I'm not concerned about it.
So yeah, Mav's going to offer the third piece, which would give him the complete rod,
Yeah.
which would be unique and more unique than 4 dwarfs that happen to piss off some Fey people and some people in the hells.
True story. So, make a persuasion check. You have his attention.
Asia.
Inspiration. Oh, that's really not bad.
I should have casted
Guidance.
Red or Restoration.
Oh, yeah. So he's interested. He's very interested.
Cast a bardic inspiration for the continuation of this.
And then he's going to say, I'll let those of you alive go. But I'm going to keep the one who's expired.
I'm going to look over at the expired one. Like, what are you talking about?
That panics you a little bit. You look over and Thanak is just like laying on the ground, drooling.
I'm in that Family Guy fall over on his side.
I'm going to ask him when he expired because I can fix that.
It's just recently, but I'm keeping one.
You sure you don't want the bard? He's less useful.
He's not really even a dwarf.
I hate you too.
It's only fun because we're making fun of you, Tony.
And he says, getting a bard down here, that's like it's like getting a mosquito bite in Minnesota. Allrun looks really sad. He's like,
we can hear this? We can hear all this?
Yeah. You can hear everything the collector says. He is loud.
Yeah. Jeffrey just goes back to pondering his own existence.
Mav does not want to leave one of us behind.
If it's the only option we have, Earl.
Family first.
Choice.
Huh?
Earl.
Look, another choice.
You're dead,
So,
you can't talk.
You want
I'm
to
not dead.
You
I'm
want
not
to
dead.
counter offer him?
I
Yeah, he's
do.
not dead. He could get up and say anything at any point in time here.
I think with
Actually, I
Feign
don't know
Death
how
he
that spell
actually
works.
can't. With Feign Death, I'm fairly certain he's incapacitated for
Oh, really?
until somebody does something to
Let me
him.
look. No, it's an hour tops, but hold on.
Only an hour.
Incapacitate yourself.
Until you're using. Oh, until. Huh.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Okay, hang on.
So I have a question, Mike. I have a question for you, Mike, and then Ryan, go ahead and ask.
Yeah.
This is the mechanics question for this spell.
Yeah.
You touch a willing creature and put it into a cataleptic state that is indistinguishable from death. For the spell's duration, or until you use an action to touch the target and dismiss the spell. The target appears that if I
What if
cast
you
it
are
on
the
myself-
target?
right.
Yeah. What then?
You are done for the duration, pal.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So an hour.
You
Okay.
can't touch it now,
So my question, because I feel like this is a conversation that's being had. You said you weren't going to tell us that you cast Feign Death, though, right?
No, he didn't.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. But
So here's the thing.
legitimately, I'm
thing.
okay with being left behind with him.
No, but here's the thing. Realistically, our conversation would center around that right now, because I feel like we would all be very confused, and there'd be wanting to get some information on why Thanak is suddenly dead and why the three of us are leaving without you.
Legitimately, I would not tell you specifically to keep you guys.
From lying.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we
Yeah.
wouldn't just decide, oh, well, yeah, we'll go get the other third piece here. Like, that wouldn't be part of the conversation.
Thanak's
The
dead
first
now.
part of the conversation would be that Thanak's dead. What's happened? Yeah, like that's what we'd be hinging on.
And how do we get him back to us? To fix
Exactly.
this?
Yep. So the collector would just shrug. He's like, many of the creatures who are trapped here can't handle captivity. He's not the first to
Couldn't handle it for
immediately
20
expire.
minutes.
They're not back.
I need my freedom. Oh.
Well, most of them expire trying to escape. They do something foolish like
You made it sound so
dispel
pathetic.
magic.
Well,
Like suddenly Thanak became just this humongous crybaby and just wussed out of life.
Ask him if he knows how, if he has ability to tell how something died, if there's like a record or something.
He doesn't. He does know that the corpse will be preserved, though.
Oh, that's good. Automatic gentle repose. I like that.
He doesn't need you alive.
He just.
Well, I mean, that's good to know.
Matt would be suspicious of the death because he knew that Thanak had death ward on him.
Means he tried it twice.
He was so pathetic that he did.
He killed himself the first time, and there's just a voice in the background. You couldn't even do that right.
It's like the Hulk. He spit out the bullet. Couldn't catch the second one, though.
Yeah. No, but legitimately, would you... you would be suspicious that Death Ward didn't work.
Correct.
Yeah,
which
I think that's fair.
Knowing magic is weird here. I wouldn't hold it against it too much. Like, very well could have happened.
But I mean, there's a couple of things at play here too, because 30 seconds ago, right before Sunburst went off in the collective return, Thanak was alive and doing just fine.
Yeah.
So and you could see that. Yeah. And you could see that because he's in the bubble right next to you.
Yeah.
Man would be suspicious that you're actually dead, and not just like laying down on the job sleeping.
Tell the collector to put us all in Thanak's cage for a second.
He says no. No.
I feel like Othig would just get really upset at this point, like knowing that Thanak's dead and not having any context for the situation. Like Othig would be unwilling to go and find this piece. Like that's not his primary concern.
Until some things resolve themselves.
I feel like I've turned into Agent Coulson. You guys just needed something to avenge.
That's awesome. That's great.
So
he's playing tic-tac-toe with Ulrin.
Let's see here.
Ulrin's trying to write phrases, but his breath doesn't last long enough. Jeff, make a perception check.
All right.
Followed by an insight.
Well, we'll see how the perception check goes first.
Matt is going to pull out the Journal of the Gambler.
Oh, hey, that's really good. Insight.
The copy you made?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Too shabby.
What do you want to do with that? You want to?
I'll let you resolve Tony's thing first.
Okay. So Tony, Ulrin is definitely trying to write a message, and he gives up on that, and he starts using stick figures. And you're pretty sure he's trying to communicate. Make sure you take me with you. Because one of the stick figures he keeps drawing horns on, but he's not doing a good job of it, so they end up being really big, and he just makes a face every time he does. They're too big.
Right.
Yes, Matt was going to try to barter with the journal.
Okay. The collector does not seem very, very interested in the journal because it's not original. And that he flat out says that the politics out there in the main dimensions of the nine just don't interest him.
Was there anything that we picked up on of the collector in there?
No.
I will let Mav know that Ulrin's having a conniption fit. And that he's also an absolutely awful author. Artist. And author. He's bad at everything except for singing.
Yeah, it's not his style of art at all.
No, it's not body painting. And I'm gonna ask him if he'll just ask the collector if there's anything we can do to get our dead brother back, including making that part of the contract of going and getting this thing.
The collector, at that point, make another persuasion check, Mav, as you present this idea.
Bardic Inspiration.
As you present a question for the collector to make a counter, like what would it take for this?
Can I grant a restoration myself first?
Sure.
Okay. Now, persuasion.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And that's a +1, or I could do my inspiration, correct?
Use the Bardic Inspiration.
Yes. So it's either a 29 or a 28 plus your...
36.
36. So the collector says, look, I like you, but you're really, like I said, not all that valuable to me in this form. But I do sense you're destined for great things. Absolutely great things. So, how about this? I let you go now. I even give you back your dead relative. Then you can do with him what you want. But when you actually die, I get you. You'll be greatly famous by then, I'm sure.
All of us or one of us?
The entire family. And I'll even let you stay in the same enclosure.
Well, in that case...
I will relay that thought to the family.
I thought you meant... I thought you meant the same one we're in now. I was like, okay.
I had that same first thought, and then I was like, no, he probably means like together in one.
Yes, like all like the same, all together. Yes.
Yeah. Into a diorama.
Yeah.
So he's talking about the four of us.
Like he knows we've gotten really attached to this jar.
He's talking about the four of us, correct? When he's saying family.
You ask him that question directly, and he just smiles.
He does not mean just us.
Yep. Jeffrey would tell you flat out, Mav, that we have not made any of these deals so far, and he doesn't feel like it's worth it.
I would agree.
If the angel was right, we're gonna find a way. It's not worth making a deal with some half pint. Which is funny coming from Jeffrey.
Mav would tell him to say good day.
Yeah, I was going to say before that one of the options that we could have is to just wait.
It's not worth it. I mean...
Before Thanak died.
Right. Well, and he already told us that things are preserved. There's ways around that if we can get out of here. And I'd rather have his body than have someone else have his body.
Okay.
And
So-
I'd rather not lose our souls.
You tell him good day, and he reaches over and grabs Thanok's enclosure and goes back down the ladder. And the light begins to walk away.
Way to go, Thanak.
Sorry, this is I planned this all out.
Sometime later, Thanok,
Yeah.
you wake up and you're tumbling around. And the environment that you're in is been opened on one side, and you are tumbled out of it.
I will just remind you, I am blind, but I can hear everything happening.
Oh, you can? All right. So you hear the collector moving around, and you hear him banging around, and you hear him. He's like, well, I would have liked to have gotten the last piece of that rod, but I don't need them. Thank you for already dying. Into the trash you go. And
All right.
And your enclosure tips sideways, and you just go tumbling around, and he shakes you out into a garbage receptacle.
Okay.
And you hear the lid slam back closed.
Okay. How far do I fall?
You fall pretty far, but you're limp and kind of gangly, and you land on some soft material.
Okay.
Like a pudding or something.
Is it a blood pudding?
No.
Is it like pretty dark, I assume?
It is. So you guys have about 45 minutes where
Yeah.
where you watch the Thanax enclosure get taken away, and then the collector resets the illusions in your enclosures.
Do we reconnect with Thanik?
I'm going to say no, because telepathic bond will go away before he wakes up.
Yeah, because mine lasts an hour. Feigned death lasts an hour, so it would have.
Gotcha.
Gone before.
Mav is going to go to sleep.
Yep. Jeffrey's going to cry himself to sleep because he thinks Thanak's dead.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do.
After an hour.
I am going to cast Catnap on myself.
Okay.
Because I need some more spell slots. So I will fall asleep for 15 minutes. So I have my spells back. And I will. Is there? How high is where I am to where the lid is? Like how far of a distance is it?
You have dark vision, so it is about 30 feet up.
Feet up. Okay.
You are in a large cylinder that is easily hundreds of feet around, though. So it's almost full.
Okay. Okay.
And you landed in Old Banana.
I probably used one of it as a peel as a blanket.
During catnap.
Yeah.
It's just
so
nasty.
Mike, I'm gonna ask you because it doesn't. Oh yeah, never mind.
Okay.
Okay, I am gonna ask you because this may make a difference. Are spells relative in the sense of if I am small, tiny even, the weight or the distance, are those relative to where I am, or are they relative, or are they not relative? And that like 30 feet is 30 feet, even if I'm an inch.
It's relative.
Okay.
Because it has to do with the amount of weave energy that your body can handle at a certain size.
Here's what I was thinking.
That's a really good explanation that I just made up right now at this very moment.
Yeah. Here's what I was thinking about doing: using telekinesis to lift the trash can lid, but I don't think that would work because it can only lift 1,000 pounds.
It'd be close.
Okay. So what I would, so I would like to. Here's what I would like to do. I would like to lift. I would like to try to cast telekinesis to attempt to lift the trash can lid. Does it work?
You are able to move it.
Okay.
You feel like you're using about half of your strength to do so.
Can I lift it all the way, or is it just opening up just a little bit?
You could slide it off if you wanted to.
I don't want to slide the whole thing off. I just want to be able to let it go without it closing back up.
Yeah, you think you can do that.
Okay, then I will cast telekinesis. I would not cast it, but I will direct it on myself and lift myself up to the
All right. So you lift up outside of the trash can lid, and you are in a very quaint little kitchen. In terms of the way and style it's decorated in, it would definitely be like Americana country style with like rooster print wallpaper and, hand carved furniture and whatnot. It seems a little tchotchke for the collector. Even though he collects things, you're just like, it's just this is his style. Ew.
I think Pastor Phil's kitchen.
Yes, it is very much Pastor Phil's kitchen. That is, to be fair, that is exactly the reference in my head, but I didn't want to say it.
I'm so glad we've all been in that spot too. Well, not all of us. 4 of us have been in that building.
Yep. So it is very much that's the style of decor going on, and you're surprised.
Okay. While I'm on the lid, do I see any? I'm waiting for like a giant cat to come out of nowhere. Is there any other like 3 creatures around?
You make a perception check.
I mean,
these are always good. Oh, that's good.
All right.
Good day.
Okay, so there's a few things you noticed from your position. There is a large pile of dishes on the counter. So to the point where you're intuitive enough to put together that either the collector never does his dishes or there are multiple people living here. There is also a bowl on the floor, the kind you would use for a dog.
That's for the guests.
Yeah. Then I will. Telekinesis lasts for 10 minutes, so I will use. I will use that to move along at like the high ground.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So you zip up and you take the high road up to the kitchen counter. And when you're up there, you can see there on the kitchen table, there is a setting. There is setting for 3.
And he is at least looks like a halfling, you said?
A gnome.
A gnome.
Yep.
Do they all? Does this look, despite everything that's all distorted out as far as the size wise, does it look like all 3 of the settings are like the same size? Like, are the chairs all the same size? Okay.
Mm-hmm. The people that live here all would probably be very much the same size.
Okay. Then I will.
I feel like all of a sudden in my head I heard the Mission Impossible music.
Yeah, totally.
I didn't hear that. I heard Krunk's music.
I mean,
That's good.
it's like weaving back and forth.
Yep. So Mav is napping. Jeff is crying.
Yep.
Othig is.
Probably still hitting the.
Yeah, no, I probably would. Like, I know it's a mechanic for other classes, but I would probably like be berserk, like legitimately berserk.
Resting your own domain.
I will try to move into the next room.
Okay.
I'm going to try to cover as much ground as I can. While
there are 2 exits from this room that are normal building exits. There are also large windows going to outside.
What are the windows? Can I?
Yeah, you can fly over to one of the windows and look out.
Yeah.
It looks really sunny outside until you get there, and then you realize that you're. The only way to explain it is that you are in a house that is on a large ball of rock floating through space because you've been in space. So you know about space and planets. Yeah. And so this is a planet maybe that's only 3 or 4 times the size of the house. And this house is on it. There's a garden outside on the curve. And you can see a dog running around out in the yard.
Okay, how big is the dog? Like, what kind of dog?
It's retriever-esque.
Okay.
Retriever-esque? There's a lot of types of retrievers, man.
Yeah. So there's 2 exits.
Yeah.
Would I be able to intelligently?
Totally, Doug.
Would I be able
it.
to intelligently get a layout for this house so far?
Not from where you are.
Okay. Then I will pick one. I'll just pick a direction.
I would say that you can tell that one probably leads outside.
Oh, then I want to go inside. I want to go. What I would like to find is where the rest of the group is.
Okay. So you zip down really quickly out to the other door, and you easily fit under the crack of the door at the bottom. And you're in a hallway. Looks like a typical cottage house hallway. There are stairs leading down just to your right. There's a door to your left, and there are 2 doors at the end of the hallway.
Say that again. There's
stairs leading down to your right. At the end of the hallway, there is a door at the very end of the hallway, and I guess there would be a door on the left and the right. But there's a nook carved out right on the other side of the kitchen door to some stairs that lead down.
I was being carried. I was blind and incapacitated, but would I have been able to tell, did we go upstairs? Or
I don't think you would have been able to tell that.
Okay. Then I'll go through the stairs. Was it up or down?
Down.
So I'll go down the stairs.
So you go down the stairs, and there is another door down there. This is a large stone door. You don't think you could fit under it, but you could probably squeeze through the keyhole.
Yeah, sure. I'll try that.
All right, make a dexterity check for me.
I just want to, while he does that, holy cow, that's incredible. Sorry,
really
I
nice.
got so distracted by that. With what he asked before, like him being able to basically like pick up on the sensation of like where he was carried from, could he do like a survival check, or is that just not something like at all that he can
I would say in his condition that it's just not something he would have in any way, shape, or form been able to figure out. All right, so Thanak, you get into the middle of this thing, and you realize very quickly that you are in a magical keyhole. There is weave energy passing around you. It really becomes more of a gauntlet style obstacle course than it is actually just slipping through something. So but you very deftly traverse it. You come out the other side, and you're in the dark. And you can't, with your 120 feet of dark vision, you can't see anything from the keyhole. You do see just above you a small, it looks like a small plate with a gigantic lever sticking out of it. And the lever is currently in the down position.
Well, push it up. I mean, because why not?
Right. Make a strength check.
Better be a good one.
16. So that's good. You start heave-hoing on it, and you get it about halfway, and you hear this click, and then you give it another shove, and you hear this click, and then you hear this snap whistle, and you hiss, and you hear ka-goom, 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 and these lights start to come on above you in this room that seems to extend forever. And there are infinite numbers of shelves, it would seem, to the north and to the south of you, and they just seem to go endlessly, far beyond the space that should be able to be contained by this planet you're on.
Okay. You said that just
numbering system.
Yeah, I don't know if I get it.
You know that end of Raiders of the Lost Ark where they're in that super long warehouse?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shelves in rows in both directions.
Can I look at one of the shelves? Like if I get close to one of the shelves, is it like, is it that there's stuff on it, or is it
There
like
are
just
there is
unnamed
stuff
boxes?
on all of them.
Is there any kind of on the edge of like what a library would have, like the numbering system?
There is, and it is a numbering system. So unless you have a reference for the numbering system,
I wouldn't know, but
Yep.
I need to find that numbering system. Gosh. Is there a help desk?
make a
Yeah, he's
perception
currently in a
check.
jar.
Make a help desk check.
Yeah. Oh gosh, really?
Dude.
Oh man, another nat 20. So you don't see a help desk, but you do looking around, and you almost missed it because it really matches the pattern of the stonework in the wall. But on the side where you found the switch, they're actually pull-out drawers built in to look like part of the wall. But giving them a good look, you can tell, oh, wait, that's not stone. That's wood painted the same color as the stone walls.
So I'll push on it and try to open it up.
All right. Make another strength check.
Really? You got
What the heck?
That's another nat 20. That's great. So you slide open the drawer and you
Listen,
find
guys, this is when I need it. Okay?
Yeah,
Don't-
I know you really do, but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
still
So you
surprised.
know when you're alone.
Yeah.
you find out that these drawers they're kind of like compression. So as soon as you get them to a certain point, they just kind of slide open on their own.
Okay.
And then they begin to slowly retract. Not like in a crushing pace or anything like that, but it seems like they're set to not, so you can't accidentally leave them open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they start to slide back with a even from the inside with a little bit of push, you would be able to push it back open easily. But it begins to slide closed as soon as you push it open, and there are maybe 1,000 numbered cards on here, each describing what's on them.
Okay.
And it is in a. What languages do you speak?
I can speak all of them, but right off the bat, I speak. Hold on. Common, Draconian, Dwarvish, and Gnomish.
You would be able to recognize this as Gnomish.
Okay. So I guess I would try to look for the newest entries.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Would that be investigation or perception?
Either one, whichever one you prefer.
Are you really going to let me?
Yes, I'm really going to let you. 18.
Good thing.
These are somewhat in alphabetical order, but not completely. It looks like the collector has the drawers are a hodgepodge of things that are alphabetically sorted, but make sense in groups at the same time.
Okay.
So you're not necessarily in the A drawer, but you're in the drawer with groups of things that qualify under the letter A.
Okay.
So in the middle of all those, it's like, asparagus. Actually, asparagus isn't in there. Let's say you were in vegetables. There'd be vegetables, and then underneath them, they'd be full of different things like asparagus and broccoli and things like that.
So I might find a party of adventurers.
You might find a party of adventurers.
Okay. Well, I
So
will
it's-
do that.
Okay. Make a D20 roll for me to see how successful you are in looking. 17. It's not bad. So it's going to take you some time. You begin to weed through this and you realize this is not. Nope. A little bit of a pickup. And everybody's making fun of me.
Oh,
No,
hey.
no,
No, you're.
No,
I
you
can't
cut
hear
out
anything you're
you-
saying.
You can't hear anything?
You can't hear us?
Can you hear us now?
Uh,
Hello?
oh, dropped everyone. I'm just here all by myself with my
You're
friends
not, though.
looking around like robots.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
You can hear?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't hear. Settings. West and Dennis.
Dennis, yes. Dennis.
What did Mike do? He broke everything.
Not gonna.
Can you hear me now? Can I hear you
Yeah.
now?
I don't know.
We can hear you.
Okay.
We
We
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Oh, bye.
Oh, bye. That's one of my favorite parts of that.
Yeah. It's such a great movie.
Such a great movie.
That's really weird. I didn't have to turn my camera back on this time.
Can you hear us?
I can now.
Oh, okay, perfect.
We
cut out at it's gonna. Gosh, how did you phrase that?
Not gonna work anymore.
It's
Yeah,
not gonna
it
be
was-
easy.
Not gonna be easy. You cut out at not gonna work here anymore. That's where you cut out.
Yep. All right. So you start to sort through cards, and it's going to take you some time because it's not going to be easy to find. It's still a good roll. That roll was measured anywhere from hours to weeks.
Oh yikes!
So
Days.
Yeah.
so it's going to be a bit. So boys, you you got anything you want to do when you wake up?
So, do we get a long rest in?
You will get a long rest in. When you wake up, there will be fresh food that has appeared and beverage.
What kind of beverage?
Good beverage?
Oh, good beverage.
Ooh,
I will say beverage.
Go on a hunger strike.
No, I'm gonna eat, but I'm still pissed.
Yeah, it's
Rage
pretty good.
eating.
Rage eating.
You are rage eating. The meal tray that has appeared is designed to magically refill itself when you finish. So when you finish your beer, more beer.
As nice as that is, Mav is going to consume his globe.
You're going to consume your what?
Globe.
Magic.
Oh, you're going to suck the magic up again?
Yep.
Thanex said, so he's going to do whatever he can.
All right.
Can we get a long rest in real quick?
Oh, yeah, I can give you guys a long rest.
Hey, so are we so in tune as family that when they get drunk, they can communicate with me even if I'm not there?
No.
We're
Dang it.
It's nice.
That would be nice.
let's see.
So first I'm going to cast Death Ward on myself.
Good call. Good call.
And then I'm going to cast 8 on myself.
I was gonna say you cast every spell slot.
Well, pretty much. As basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some Bacon of Hopes. I'm going to Dimension Door around my little globe. I'm assuming I can't go through the globe, though.
Correct.
Okay.
A pep talk and give myself my inspired
So
leader.
basically, yeah, I'm going to expend every spell slot I have, if you're good with that, without me actually having to.
And Jeffrey's giving himself inspiring leader because he's going to attempt to fart around with this too, it sounds like.
I just want to be able to continue playing Ulrin, so I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on that side of the room.
Okay.
Because I don't want to engage with the others, because I feel like they're just going to bring me down, and I'm trying to stay positive.
We're going to bring you down.
Yeah.
All right. You just drinking away, eating away.
Well, I guess since I can't talk to my family because no one's put telepathic bond on us.
I don't think you can.
Mav, I need you to make that Constitution saving throw now.
No, we have to be within 30 feet of each other when I cast that spell, and yet it's a direct contact spell.
I thought we
And
were
even-
before.
You can't cast it. We can't cast through. Can't cast
Through the
past.
Oh,
Yep.
did we because we had it on before we got into that situation. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mav, you are going to take a large amount of damage. Do you want to roll the 16 d12 or d10?
Oh.
Sorry.
Why not?
Okay, I'll let you do it. 78. So
Hey.
you survive it again. You do age this time, though. You didn't break 80 on your percentage roll, but you only years. The almost middle-aged dwarf. So right after you do this, you go to tie your shoes and pull a muscle. It's really a miserable experience that you begin to endure. So you're hurt, but you have taken down the illusion again.
I'm going to continue.
You're going to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I fill up all my spell slots?
Yes, your spell slots are topped off.
Okay, I'm just going to go for it. Well, we're getting closer.
You are getting closer.
Ooh, that wasn't closer.
No, that was not closer. So that means that I roll on the really bad list. All right. Now, because you have Death Ward on, this is going to immediately drop you to 0 hit points and kill you. The amount of magic kickback and shock is massive. And you don't feel like you even did much to scratch the damaging your containment field. However, there is a magical pulse that goes out from your globe to the ones next to you. So Jeffrey is not affected, but where Thanox was and Othig's now, the illusion in Othig's room drops as well. But that does mean that it includes the beer that Othig was drinking.
Jeez, don't make him more pissed.
Our order, I was next to Mav, unless we've been moved.
Oh, you were.
I was next to him, and
you totally were
on the other side of me.
Yep. No, Ulrin is on the shelf behind you.
Oh, is that what he is? Okay.
So yeah, that is right. So Othig is still in his containment bubble, not able to see anybody else, but he's got infinite beer.
And I'm unconscious?
Yeah, well, your Death Ward would kick on, so you'd come back on.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that since I had Death Ward on, I was at zero.
No. Your Death Ward goes off, keeps you from surviving, or from perishing. Keeps you from surviving. Keeps you from perishing. So
like my light to not be as bright.
You have weakened the sphere enough to where you might be able to get magic out of it now.
Can I dimension door? Can I heal myself and then dimension door out?
You can certainly try.
My illusion is turned off now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, did you roll for your...
Well, I wouldn't if Mav just turned mine off.
Oh, yes. Your illusion is off now.
Yeah, so then I wouldn't need to.
Yeah. You're getting ready to cast the spell. Like, you're really, right about to do it, and it all goes away. And you see Ulrin in the back, and he has taken some sort of substance and put it on the wall. And then he started to draw pictures in it, and there's 3 stick bearded people there holding weapons and looking all angry, and one of them's laying on the ground. A fourth one is, and he sees you look at it, and he just puts his hand up and goes, and then he just kind of waves.
Use minor illusion behind me, in my space, just flipping him finger.
He looks at you and nods and makes the "I deserve that" shrug. Yeah, I deserve that.
And then I'm gonna use minor illusion to put a bug in a jar, but the bug is gonna be Ulrin, and I'm just gonna screw the lid real tight.
Yep. And he sits down.
That's awesome. I love it. Do I see that Mav is doing stuff?
You're assuming that Mav is doing stuff because your illusion's gone by this giant blast of magic that came from Mav.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy to see if I can get Mav's attention audibly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Mav. I got ahead of myself. I forgot to roll on the long-term consequence table.
Yeah. Ooh.
But I don't know why I did that. That wasn't the...
Well, I'm glad because that would have been a lot of years.
There'd actually only have been 68. Okay, so that's that, and that is going to be Mav, you are physically weakened by this. Your strength is going to drop by 2 points.
Whoa.
Who needs a -1 to their strength? I can do a -8 or -2. That's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to be at -2 now, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
About a spear.
I able to audibly get Mav's attention.
I rolled an 18.
You have thaumaturgy, correct?
Totally forgot about that.
Then you can. Yes.
I'm going. Upon realizing that I can get his attention audibly, I would like to try and give him a bardic inspiration.
Freaking love it.
Okay. So you are inspired to do whatever you're about to do next.
Oh, man.
I would like to attempt to do a dimension door out of my cage.
Okay. Where are you going? Thunder.
Onto the shelf.
Okay. Make a check plus your spellcasting modifier. 20.
+1.
+1, because you haven't used the inspiration yet. So pushing through it, you take 45 points of damage. You've dimension doored plenty of times now. In the experience, you have never run into anything solid.
Sure.
This is like you did it and you hit something and you smashed through it, but it hurt really bad. But you are outside the enclosure, and you see Ulrin immediately get up, and he looks really excited. And then he looks over at the smear on the wall, and he just flips himself off. And then he cheers for you.
How many years did you say I aged? I don't think you ever gave me a number.
4. The first time was 4. The second time you didn't age, you were weakened.
Okay. Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. The most common effect is aging, but there are other effects on that table.
Apparently. You never get wiser, do you?
No, you do not.
Your tables for using this power are bad effects and worse effects.
Makes sense.
The bad ones can just sometimes getting hurt. But yeah, that's kind of it right there.
So violent.
I like where
I know.
It's because his butt hits the support.
Yeah.
It's not the window, but it looks like the window really
insult to injury. It's great.
Okay, so I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
And attempt to push Jeffrey's globe off the thing.
Okay, Captain -2 strength. Let's see. Let's have it.
This is +1.
Oh.
Hey, so a 10.
Yeah, it doesn't move at all. No, you don't throw your back out, but it's you're definitely doing that thing like where it's like that old Far Side cartoon where the kid just trying to get in the school for the gifted by trying to push open the pull door.
Yeah,
and he's just giving it everything he's got. That's it. So
makes sense. I do have Dispel Magic. Look at that. Can I attempt to cast Dispel Magic on the outside of his globe?
You can. You're trying to get Jeff up?
Yes.
You can.
Nice.
18 plus. It's plus your spellcasting mod, so
5. Is it plus proficiency 2?
Sure, you don't want to try and get out somebody more useful like Othig?
I mean, eventually I will.
No, Othik is about to break his way through any minute now.
No, I'm just. I've been called useless by him so many times tonight.
I'm going to give it as much beer time as possible.
You're 30.
That is a great. You hit the globe and the enclosure, and you see the magic spread across the enclosure, and it concentrates up at the top, and all sorts of basically weave sparks shoot out of the top, but it doesn't look like it's open yet. Magic, it's doing something.
Definitely.
I see this as well.
Yeah, you would have watched this. Ulrun is also watching this, and he is doing.
I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to look at Jeffrey and point up.
Yep. I'm going to try and time mine it.
Communicate 2, 1, go.
I'm going to cast my Dispel Magic at 7.
Jeez. All right. Thanok, let's go back to Thanok. Get ready to do this. So you've been working on this for the better part of 10 hours, and like you don't find it in adventurers, you don't find it in governors, you don't find it in Kren, you don't find it in dwarves, you find it in nuisances.
Yes. Yes. I've never been more proud of us.
I'm going to cast that at 6th level. But
yeah. And so it's got a number on it. It has been, you don't know how long, but it has been hours.
Then, so I found the number.
Yep.
In my time, have I seen or heard anybody coming in and out of here?
No, you haven't.
Okay. Then I will. How high off the ground was this?
You're pretty high.
Ulrun.
No, right now he's not, which is why he's in a bad mood.
All right. Well, I will cast Telic and then
okay.
Just do the same thing. Travel with that. I think I can actually go faster without it, so I will go. I won't cancel it, but I will bring myself down to the ground because I think I can only go 30 feet with it. Hold on.
And then run.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's what I'll do. So I'll keep it active. It lasts for 10 minutes. I'll keep it active in case I need to use it somehow. But I will run along.
All right. So you start trucking, and it takes you the better part of an hour to run to where you think the guys are, and you get to the bottom of the shelves, and all of a sudden you see all this sparking of magic come shooting out of the top.
I found them.
Yep.
All right.
And so Mav took off because I need those dispel magic rolls. Jeff, you are going to have to make a roll.
Do I get any bonuses for upcasting? Is that a thing? I don't remember.
You do not.
Okay.
I think if you roll, you just have to roll. It's fire.
Hey,
good roll.
23.
What are we doing? What are we doing? The
dispel magic.
Yep. We have?
You would not in this situation.
All right. I got drunk and started.
Very nice,
I was
you guys.
thinking about it, but I don't feel like anyone can hear me at this point. Like we knew that Mav was able to be heard with thaumaturgy, so I don't think that me shouting with my war gong was going to affect me.
War gong on the inside of his cape.
Yeah, I'm saving it for when we actually all are together.
Okay, so what happens here is the lid closure blows off. And then down on the ground, you watch the lid to one of the enclosures just come flying off. You see all the other creatures. When you're looking at them from the outside, the illusion on the side that you're looking, so it looks like a diorama.
Oh, okay.
From the outside, and it goes flying off, and all of the creatures in the area begin to look around, like they've attracted their attention, and then a red light begins on the roof, and you see a wispy type spectral figure come pouring out of a vent and containment breach. Ceiling immediately, and it begins to cast a spell. It is hovering right above where they're. It's not your turn.
I can't do anything with them because they're too far. They're too far from me.
Off your step
feet.
Yeah, they are a little too high.
A spell, or is that not?
It's a reaction to suck up the spell.
Yeah,
you could use your movement, then your telekinesis, and then your reaction. And I think you could make it.
Yeah, because I could move, cast a spell.
Yep.
Move myself another 30 feet.
And then react.
And then as a reaction, so it would be 120 feet?
Yeah, that would get you to just thing.
Okay. So I will...
Would it? Yeah, it would.
Okay. So I will make an attack. They're not on the thing, so I'll just make a regular. I mean, I'll just make a... that.
You will hit this creature.
Is that enough to make them bleed? Do they bleed?
This creature is not capable of bleeding.
Okay.
What real?
Oh, yeah.
What did that just do?
Well, it was double sixes.
Yeah, I saw it too.
But
on my screen. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Oh, it finally came up.
Also, I have to look at something because I think I forgot about it last time I did this. Slayer means. Because of Mage Slayer, they have disadvantage on the concentration check.
Okay. I am going to say you interrupt its spell then. So, Mav, you watch as Thanak comes flying like up from the ground on this thing that was about to put the lid back on your enclosure. And it's not a whole lot bigger than you guys. Yeah, and it came out, I said the ceiling, but I meant to say it came out of the side of the posts that support the shelves.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's...
Okay.
Yep, and so you guys should now roll initiative. And then the rest of this is going to play out in initiative order. So Thanak will probably get to go again before this thing.
So I'm not out, am I?
You should roll as well, but...
Okay.
Just in case something happens. I don't think you're getting out, but you never know.
Yeah. I'm just... doing.
Yep. So basically what has now happened is that Thanak has caught this thing so off guard that you're all getting to go before it in initiative. So Thanak, you're up again like right away.
Then I will...
Are we still going to pick up our
again
stuff?
right away.
No, it's not. It's tomorrow.
Today, but... Othig and Thanik, you do not currently have aid, so you would have 5 less health.
Why wouldn't I have it?
Because I cast it every morning.
Yes, but I haven't rested yet. How long does that last? Oh, it lasts 8 hours. It only lasts 8 hours, doesn't it? Yeah.
It would be gone.
Cool. I'll take care of that in a second. Did I? Yeah. Super terrible damage, but that's fine.
And Jeffrey doesn't have Death Ward.
I'm used to that, though.
Yeah, that's nothing new.
Okay, and that is my turn.
All right. This creature looks like it is having a very hard time holding itself together. And it begins to Like it opens its mouth and this wailing sound begins to come out of it. Mav, you're up.
Well, we don't like that. So
No.
we are going to cast Buddy.
Yeah, dude, you obliterate it. You absolutely obliterate this thing before it basically just gets out of whoop, and then it's gone. There's no good sound that comes out of it, and then all of a sudden the animal's real quiet.
Quieter than it was before.
No, but you've never been out here, so you don't know how noisy. Oh no, you have.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's about the same.
Okay.
How high up is the globe?
The top of the globe is another 40 feet above you.
I am going to tie ropes together. Here.
Also, hey guys, I'm not dead.
I thank him for not being dead, and I hand him the rope and tell him to throw it up there.
I still don't know.
Telekinesis to come and get me out.
I can just fly up and grab you guys. I'll knock on your fishbowl.
You
And I'll
can see
wave.
through at the moment. Mine
Is completely
I'm not going to
broken,
see
I
you
assume.
though, am I? Like my illusion's still there.
Yeah,
I thought you
Hopefully
said
have
everything
no
was-
idea this is going on.
Didn't you say?
Not mine.
Didn't you say everybody? All the jars
The ones-
started looking around.
Yes, like because they could hear the noise.
Oh, but they couldn't see it.
They can't see anything. So Othig did hear a kafoomf. He can't see anything.
I'll put my mouth on the glass and just blow real hard.
Anik, are you getting me out of my enclosure? Or
Yes, that's
Okay.
Yes.
what I'm doing.
Yep.
I'm
So
going
they
to
fished
grab.
Jeffrey out.
I'm going to grab Mav. We need to get Thanak out or Othig out, but we should get out Ulrin. He is a very useful ally, and if anything, we can just send him to do something stupid, and he'll get caught while we get away.
To be fair, we're all doing stupid is kind of our MO.
Anyway, let's go dispel the magic on Othigs.
All right.
Is there before we seeing what just happened? Is there a way that I could? Is there a way that I could like take a look at the globe and see if there's a non-destructive way to get him out?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
From the outside?
Advantage, I'll help you.
Okay, thank you.
Inspiration.
So you guys begin to examine the globe, and that
Nice.
is
Thank you.
one. That is the number. You find an arcane. You believe is the trigger mechanism to dispel magic cast upon it.
Oh, okay. I am all out of spell slots.
Spell magic for days.
Well, I think
What?
Jeff is the one that has the most magic slots right now.
Yeah, I'll cast a spell magic on it.
Okay. You cast a spell magic on it, and Othig from inside, you're just about to take a sip of your beer, and everything fades away, and you can look around and see very clearly for the first time since you've been here.
What do I see?
You see everybody outside, like, pointing at you. And Thanak, you look around, and then you look up, and Thanak is up on top of your enclosure as the lid pops open and slides backwards.
Like a conqueror.
That's not fun.
Can you tell us what section we were in?
Yeah, I will let you guys
Like a
know.
badge of pride?
Yeah, no, but I'll let you guys know what I found. I'll let you guys know.
Yep.
There's a whole system here. There is a lot of stuff that we could find, and fully as long as that thing that we just fought didn't make any outside alerts, with some more time, we could find out where the other rods are.
Yeah. I think that's a wonderful idea. We should do that. I think we should also let
get out of here.
Yeah, we should let Ulrin out, but at the same time, I don't want to let him out until we need him. So if we think we can do that without getting more attention, however, if we think we're on a time crunch, I'm just going to start letting out the nuisances, and that'll buy us some time.
That's so funny. I was thinking that exact same thing.
So was I.
Welcome to my world of chaos, sir. I hope you like the food.
I like that idea as an escape route.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I was thinking.
However, we also don't know if we're in trouble yet. So
yes, we're not in trouble yet.
We don't know that.
We might not be, but even if we are,
yep.
There's plenty of places that we could hide. This
Can
place is
laser into Jeffrey's thing and then like put the top back on?
Could you what?
Put the weave spirit into Jeffrey's glass.
Well, it's fully dissipated. When you killed it, it kind of just poofed.
So I will tell everybody about the drawer I found that has the.
It's not drawer. It is drawers. It's like
drawers,
a giant library card catalog.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah. And we should, at the very least, start our trek over there.
Yeah, agreed.
Tell Ulrun we'll be right back in a bit.
No, we can use him. He's got a flying carpet.
Does he have it with him?
He does have a flying carpet.
Oh, yeah, then let's let him out. Let's let him out. Definitely.
Okay. So you take Ulrun out, and he's like, granite bags, babies! the absolute chivalriest.
I'm gonna say to him, I was like,
Scoobius.
I'm gonna tell him, play along, or I tell him about your portrait. He wouldn't like it. So we need you. I will begin casting minor illusion.
Oh, that was about some people I knew in the Feywild, but I can see why you misconstrued it.
So you're gonna help us, and then we can play games.
Right. So he flips out the magic carpet. And he's like, "Shall we?"
Yes, we shall.
And then right when he does that, you hear a door far away open up.
I am going to use the penny whistle to cast invisibility on all of us.
On all of you?
Correct. If I use the charges and upcast it, I can get 5 creatures.
Nice. All right. So you cast invisibility on all of you, and you hear a voice that doesn't sound like the collector. Ozzy's left the lights on again. And the lights go off, and you hear the door close.
But we're invisible for the next hour, guys.
It's all right, because I sort of think this is a trap anyways.
Probably,
so let's stick to the ceilings.
Stick to the plan.
Do the shelves, do they go all the way from floor to ceiling, or is there a gap in between?
No, there's a gap.
So let's stay.
They're tall, but there's a gap.
Mm-hmm.
So let's stay on the through those gaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then when you reach the end, you'll know that you're at the doorway where the light switch should be below it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we care about the light switch. We can all see in the dark. Let's go find those shelves and see if we can find.
Your driver cannot see in the dark. Just so you know.
He can't?
I'm going to tell him to move over and Thanok drive.
It doesn't work that way, man.
Well, that's all right. I'll tell him where to go. Because I'll just sit right behind him and tell him to go.
That's going to be wild.
Close your eyes, Ulrun.
He does. He's like, it's the same color.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think we should look under artifact first, and then we'll see if it's not under artifact. We'll see if it's under something more mundane, because he knows what it is.
Asmodeus?
What's that?
Also look under Asmodeus.
Right, we'll check there. We can also check under, because it is just such a mundane item, maybe look there. I mean, I'm guessing this guy would use some sort of hiding mechanism, but he may just be that confident in the fact that his space is safe that he would name things as they are.
Hey, Mike,
Under Rod.
as we do this, can we, like, I don't know how you're going to have us do this, but can we collectively be on the lookout for anything else that might be of interest to, like, either our cause or us as a group or individually?
Right. Okay. So far, all you've seen are other beings caught in globes. All sorts of various things. A lot of stuff that you recognize. He definitely doesn't keep just one of each thing. So,
but while we are looking for artifacts, while we're under the artifact,
well, this aisle is definitely not that.
Sure.
So, okay, as you're going through you get over to the tabs, and that's back towards the door, and you hear 3 people yelling at each other, and it is painfully obvious that the collector is being yelled at by his parents for running up their bills. That this planet, just because it's there, isn't an unlimited source of energy. It's like we can only fit so many solar collectors on the roof, Junior, and he is being berated. And you hear things like, your hobby has already cost us an enormous amount in our monthly bill increase.
It's awesome.
That's great.
And you guys begin to look through the cards. What sections would you like to look through first? Artifacts?
Artifacts, I think, is a good one.
Legends, maybe.
Artifacts
as what the big dude?
Asmodeus?
Asmodeus.
Sure. Make D20 rolls for each of those.
History.
So
are we all rolling individually? Because I imagine we're all looking individually, or
I will not be rolling. I would like to help someone. That's really the only place I'm going to be able to do anything here.
It's just a D20 luck roll, so it'd be the same as, yeah.
Gotcha. Hadouken.
So are we all individually rolling a D4 for D20?
As you're looking through artifacts, legends, Asmodeus, and history. None of those turn up what you're looking for. You do see some pretty interesting items that are listed in there. Thanak, you didn't notice this before, but he has cards for things he has not yet acquired. And there is, you see on the side of all of the names, there is a symbol, and on ones where the item is there is a mark.
Okay.
So,
meaning it's there or not?
At least that's what you begin to believe, looking at this stuff. It's the only thing that kind of makes sense. And so you do a little bit of cross-referencing and checking at things, and you find, back where you found the nuisances, you go and you look, and you see that all of your boxes were marked, and next to your mark, it says expired.
Can we take the cards out for us, scribble it out, and put like gumption or something like that on it?
Gumption. Yeah. Yep. So you guys have identified that, but you have not looked in a section that, I'm not playing it exactly by the word. I'm not going to make you guess the perfect word, but you have not picked a category yet that would play itself to
Can
what
I
it
look
is.
for incomplete or pieces or parts? Spare parts or something along those lines?
And I will look
anybody
for...
else?
I'm
frozen.
You are?
Yeah, you are. But you're still... your audio's fine.
Yeah.
I will look for deals. Oh.
Let's make a deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was like perfect. I'm frozen. Your audio's fine. Blanc.
Yeah. I will look under the category of deals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to pick a category or a type of thing?
I'm gonna pick Rod.
Rod. Ryan?
I think Othig would just keep looking.
Just through random stuff?
Yeah, I feel like that's what he would do.
All right. Everybody make D20 rolls.
1 or
14. Where is Jeffrey? Was that a 9 from you?
unless you wanted a new one.
Oh, is that last round?
No, it's this round.
When I was looking for artifacts, and then I think I rolled, because we had 5 things, there's only 4 of us. I rolled twice for the first round. Ow.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I heard.
So that one is not for parts, correct?
Correct.
Rolling for parts.
Okay. 11.
Okay, so let's see. Othig, your random looking is not turning up anything. I mean, there's tons of interesting stuff that comes through here. There's magic items and all sorts of things that get named here. There's people who've mysteriously disappeared, and just there's all sorts of things here. Jeffrey, you find something really interesting. It is not the rod you're looking for, but you find references to 6 of 7 parts of an item called the Rod of Many Parts.
And there's 6 of the 7 here.
Yep, 6 of the 7 are marked off. There is a note at the bottom of the 7th card that says, "Find Acquisitions Incorporated."
Note of that. That doesn't help us here or now. I love that it's there. Tony loves that it's there. However, Jeffrey has no context. I'm going to look up. Gosh, I don't even know. Man. This is where our characters are smarter than us, and we're at a supreme disadvantage as people trying to outthink Mike.
No, I don't think so.
I disagree.
Othig, look up weapons.
I mean,
What was the name of the rod?
kind of what I was looking up before
Rod
when
of the
I
Deceiver.
made my suggestion.
It is the Scepter of the Deceiver.
Oh, sorry, Scepter of the Deceiver.
Is it? Yeah, it's a rod. It is a rod, but its title is Scepter of the Deceiver.
So I'd say this time we look at weapon, scepter, deceiver, and
Did my 18 find anything?
No, that's just really how long I'm calculating how long
Okay,
you guys
okay.
are looking.
Okay.
If you're not finding things.
Looking forever.
Yep. So scepter, rod. I think you already looked for rod.
scepter, weapon, deceiver,
Deceiver.
Echidna.
lost. Do we look under lost?
You did not look under
Didn't.
lost.
Let's look under lost.
Okay. Everybody make a D20 roll.
Whoa, hey, come back here. To that.
All right. So, Thanok, looking under lost, you find what you're looking for.
Okay.
There is an obscure reference to, it basically says Mundane Rod Part 1, Mundane Rod Part 2, Mundane Rod Part 3. And 2 of the 3 boxes are checked.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Do they look like
Those
these
things I
boxes?
said to look for, and we ignored it.
Does it look like these 2 boxes are in the same area?
Yes, they're right next to each other.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
let's
good.
head there. Grab that and bugger out.
Can Matt write gumption on those 2 cards as well?
Where
Yeah.
was? Do we legitimately want to try to find and take anything else that's here?
I would say that we want to get out of here.
Nuisances.
The more stuff we try to get.
That was my suggestion, only if in the course of us looking, we found
Right.
things that might be of help to us
Yeah.
while we escape.
more nuisances, because I think anything that would be a nuisance to him would likely be a help to us. It may also be a nuisance to us, and I'll just look at Ulrin. However, it may also cause enough of a distraction that we can all get away.
That suggestion of mine was really geared towards, like magical items and artifacts.
No,
and
I was with you on that.
Yeah.
From like the artifacts and stuff.
Nuisances, correct? That was what we were categorized under?
That was what I found you guys under.
Okay, so I would like to write nuisances on the cards, not Kumshin.
Okay. Yep. Okay. They all say nuisances now, in your guys' handwriting. So Othig, since you're the one who's really interested in this, and you've been randomly digging through things, you find something that's known as a superior planar gate.
Well, I'm definitely going to let people know about it.
Yeah.
And suggest that we check it out, because I know that all of my entourage are more well versed in the arcane than I am.
Yep. And I mean, honestly, Othig sees a lot of things. You're like, oh man, I want one of those weapons, and I want one of those weapons, and I want one of those weapons, and I want one of those weapons. Ooh, this. Especially when you're like, I'm looking under weapons. It was like, oh. You're like putting cards in your pocket.
Like, I'm coming back for that someday.
Yep. Yeah.
Love it.
You find Othig, you find something known as the Arsenal Pack.
Totally want that.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know what that is, but I want to see it, and I probably want it.
They're the Arsenal Pack, and the rod in the planar gate is at opposite corners of the room.
Oh.
So
Rod, gate, and then we'll try and make our way for the Arsenal Pack.
Okay. All right. So you guys head for the rods.
This is anywhere on the way to any of this?
For some reason, my
I'm hoping they're on the way to the
thought
last one.
was that this Arsenal Pack is something that Cornwall would be very interested in.
It's probably his. Let's be real.
It's probably what he was trying to make.
So, Jeff, what were you saying?
I asked if the nuisances were by chance on the way to any of these from any of the others.
It depends on the route that you take. The nuisances are kind of dead center of the room. So if you're taking the most direct route in a triangle, you would pass over them at least once.
Can we go past the nuisances on the way to the arsenal, release a few of the nuisances, and then get the arsenal?
We'll see.
I'm asking the guys. I'm asking these guys.
Oh,
sure.
If that's an okay plot.
Sure.
All right, let's do that.
All right, so you guys get to where the rods are, and these are contained in a different sort of thing. These are not a living illusionary containment. They are floating in a magical field with a base below them to support them.
I assess these or something.
I mean, somebody can make an assessment.
Yeah, I was directing to Thanak because he's the only one that I think really can.
Yeah,
I know Mav can see magic, but which I guess is a good place to start. What kind of magic are they?
Maybe support an arcane roll and find out what's going on.
I'll give you an assistance, and I'll give you an inspiration there, Thanak.
Is that the Arsenal Pack?
Yeah.
No.
Hey
I'm
boy.
talking about-
Hey
look at
boy.
that.
Hey.
Dude.
So 34?
There's D10.
Or are you going to use it straight away?
No.
D10
D10.
with 20 plus D4.
And then
And he
you
did my
need-
guidance.
Oh,
That
hey
is
Mike.
D4 from guidance.
Okay.
While
So that's
we're
40
doing this,
right
40.
there.
did I
It's
gather
actually
that
41.
To be clear.
the amount of noise that we're making, if I did Wargong, it would not be as loud as what it normally would be since we're very small.
Definitely. You would gather that.
We shouldn't do that right now.
You'd be able to
though,
throw your
just in
war gun.
case. Oh, okay. He's telling us we should, so.
I'm doing it. So
War Gong. Give it another D4 there, Thanak.
Okay.
if you want,
If
to
you
use it,
want.
you don't have to.
Sure, why not?
42.
All right. So you determine that there are several different kinds of magic containing these items. They are all under an alarm spell, but they are mostly contained in a very powerful kinetic field, telekinetic field, that will have an enormous amount of pushback if deactivated in the wrong manner. You did not find a latch the way you did the enclosures.
If they're alarmed, do we want to save these for last?
They're probably all going to be alarmed.
It's going to be pushed back because we don't know the method to get them undone. So, and I don't think Thana can do better.
I mean, I can still add the D10 to the from your thing.
Yeah.
But the question is it really going to even give much more?
You're at 42.
We could find the way to get them open.
You know what? We will. Will you allow me to add it at this point, or is this too late?
I will allow you to add it at this point.
Okay, so it's a D10.
Inspiration is me heckling you during the inspiration. There you go.
So it would add
30, 48.
47. 47.
What was I at?
Because you were at 42.
I was at 41. I was at 41. Minus his one.
42, because you had the one from the War Gong. The War Gong got you to 42.
No, the War Gong got me to 41.
But if he uses his inspiration.
Oh, gotcha.
The one. Yep. So he's at 47.
47 is enough. You do see what looks to be a spot for an arcane key. It looks like some sort of object unlocks this pedestal.
I just want everybody to know that intellect is not a dumb stat.
No, it's a dumb stat. An arcane key of some sort, and we don't have an arcane key. However, Thanok is a tinker, and we could just attempt to magically manipulate it. Or we just go rob the kid.
Creating a magical key for this would take.
Yeah.
We could go. We could go get the arcane arsenal. We could set loose the nuisances, and then we just go rob the kid.
I think it would be easier to just rob the kid straight up without causing. Here's my concern. If we let loose things in here.
Yep.
Then the jig is up.
Yeah.
Currently,
you want to try and stealth steal from the kid?
Yes, because if we just go here's I'm just playing the tape forward. If we unleash chaos in here, and then we go take the key, there is no we don't know what will happen.
Yep.
Once he knows that things are getting out.
Yep. So you're playing the tape forward. Jeffrey's just going to, for a second, play the tape backwards. Historically, we have never stealthed ever well. We have always misdirected well. Historically speaking, as granitebacks from commoners on, misdirection always goes in our favor. Stealthing never does. And I'm just going to look at Otheg.
None of us are good at stealthing.
I'm amazing at stealth.
Well, then you can go take it. You can be invisible.
I'll really be like, I'm pretty sneaky too.
Yeah.
Climbed in a number of windows.
Sure. So, I could try and go off by myself, but I'm way better at making other people good at things, not making myself good at things.
Do we? Okay, I have to have an outside conversation for a second. I legitimately don't know where Ulrin is. He started out as an adversary of ours, but he also is the one who trained Jeff.
We very quickly became friends.
Yep. He also helped you guys fight the Nightmare Lord.
He did.
That was the last time we saw him.
So
he was very fond of Phil.
He was very fond of Phil. I guess that's where my question is he's is it something where we are okay to trust him to get this done, or is it something where if we give him a job, he'll just go screw off.
The answer to that is probably both and.
Yeah.
And he's also a bard. So, I mean, there's that.
Do you think his powers of bardic mastery would work on? We met him because he was leading everybody out of a village.
But he was also using an extraordinarily powerful item that he hijacked
right.
from somewhere.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I think he has anymore.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll ask him. Do you have any?
No, he got that item back. He had it regrown.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Does he have any? I'll just ask Elrin if he has any items that will assist in him that he has come by that would assist in us getting an arcane key from the collector.
Well, I could make us all invisible again.
I mean, that would help. It probably wouldn't help Othig and I.
We're flying on a carpet. Just don't move.
Easier said than done.
I don't know if Othig and I cannot move.
He just looks at you guys in amazement. He's like, haven't you ever crawled in a maiden's window before?
Crawling into mine.
Oh, you dog.
Dude, I don't know that you could have come up with a better response. Can I give Thanak inspiration?
I think everybody else just got inspiration.
Ooh, no wonder Marilyn's still around.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the other ones out of the window. Jeez.
He could cast invisibility at a 5th level and cover everybody.
Well, would it be better if Othig and
it
depends.
depends.
Be our contingency to let things out if things go bad. I can leave the 3 of you here.
If you guys do not move, I will not make you make a stealth check just for riding on the carpet.
Okay.
The carpet itself will have to make a check. It'll be a team check.
Okay.
At advantage because everybody's invisible. So, but if for whatever reason the plot turns around where movement happens, then movement happens and you'll have to make choices.
Well, I was like, what do you think?
To stealth around?
Yeah, specifically us, because we're wearing metal armor that chinks and chunks and is super racist, is what just happened?
No, us individually or on the carpet? Like, which one are you asking?
Should we go? Should we go with them? Should we go with them on the carpet?
Yeah, I think so.
We are terrible at stealth because of our armor.
Yeah, but it's a group check. Like, what would you do if we stayed back?
Hang out and wait.
Be involved in not cause problems for their stealth check, basically.
Okay, but here's the thing. Then if we stay back, we should go back to the cards.
I mean, I'm fine with that, but I don't know how. But we could be there for days and not find anything.
We're only going to be there.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that. I'm saying, like, if we don't go, that's what we should do. I just want you and I to be on the same page as far as should we go or should we stay.
Should I go now?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm fine with either.
Well, that's not helpful. Pick one.
Drop us off at the Arsenal pack.
Can't get
into it. Us going there means we're going there and leaving there. You need the magic users to get the Arsenal pack out anyway. If we're going there, we're just going to go there.
No, I can't.
Thanak doesn't have the spell.
No, that's why we're doing this whole thing, because I can't. Okay. We can't actually get into anything.
Leave us with the cards then.
The cards? Or do you mean the rod?
No, the cards. Like the.
He wants to keep looking for cool stuff.
We may as well do something while we're waiting for the rest of the team to come back.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
Yeah, if you want to stay behind, I would say that's what we should do.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys looking for anything in specific, or are you just looking for cards?
I would like to look for hammer.
I think I would look for
Something
weapons. And now knowing that we're looking for keys, so Othig would know that the key probably isn't also in one of those containers.
Mhm.
So that would be silly. But now it's given him the idea to look and see if there's keys.
That's not bad.
Okay. Okay. So both of you guys make
Here's
a
what
D20
you should
roll.
look for. Here's what you should look for, or I should look for, or somebody should look for. Yes, but no. A skeleton key
Oh.
Yeah.
for anomalies.
Oh, you want us to roll a d20?
Yep.
I'm dead serious, Jude. Do it.
And so what are you looking for? Keys? Or what? What else?
Like a
Two
skeleton
things.
key.
Keys
Skeleton
and...
key.
Yeah, I still
Weapons?
think weapons and keys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
already looked for weapons.
We did already look for weapons and didn't find anything.
On the arsenal pack.
All right. So the other three of you fly off. You are not wearing heavy armor, and you're all smaller and lithe, so you are able to squeeze much easier through the keyhole, and Ulrin zips past the magical barriers and comes out on the other side. You fly up the stairs and down the hall looking for this gnome, and you hear crying coming from the door at the end of the hall on the right.
He done been scolded.
Boy crying or girl crying?
It sounds like girl crying.
Yeah, of course it does.
No.
Is it mom? Is she sad? Let's
it's
take
him.
a peek in the room.
You don't think it's mom because you smell pie from the kitchen.
Dude.
Ooh, pie.
It's the pie of Ultimate Evil.
Yep.
Panic isn't here.
Yeah, it's a good thing Panic isn't here, yeah.
Let's observe him for a minute and see if he does any verbal lamenting at all.
So no, his door is ajar. He is holding the dog, and the dog looks like it's being strangled to death. It just wants to go, but it's not. And he's just talking about how nobody understands him, and how when he is completed, he'll be the most powerful being in the universe. But
And
nobody understands his goals.
every child has gone through this exact same scenario.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
No one
that's
understands, man.
that's what's happening, except with sadness.
Yep.
No one
Does
can understand.
does Mav see any magic?
Yes.
Because we're
There
looking
is-
for a magical key.
A large amount of magic coming from his top dresser drawer.
I don't want that.
Wow, Tony.
Hey man, we all know what dresser drawers are for. It ain't for socks, all right? Those are still in the basket, and you know it. All right. Do we feel like we could? So dresser, is it like your typical standard dresser, like with a hollow bottom style?
Yeah.
Do we feel like we could fly up from underneath the back of it? Like, 'cause my cat regularly found its way stuck in a dresser. I must have missed something.
Yeah, you did.
Oh well. It can happen. It's an erector set. Do you get it? Do you get it? It's an
Yeah.
erector.
Yeah, I get it.
Different kind of.
All right, I gotta stop. This is where the game ends tonight. We've gone too far.
Who found that? And Adam, I'm so proud of you.
Oh man. So, what are you doing? Trying to fly? Are you telling me you want to fly up through the dresser?
Yeah, instead of trying to get it open, see if we can fly up through the back of it, like
Okay.
a cat that gets stuck.
Somebody make a stealth check for the carpet as you fly through the room. The kid doesn't notice. The gnome
But the
kid
dog.
doesn't notice. The dog doesn't notice. But the minute you go into the interior of the dressers, you realize there are several large spiders living in.
Oh no! Set it on fire. I'll make a stealth roll. Let's do this. Do you just want a D20 or do you want my stealth?
It is a D20 plus 7.
D20.
At advantage because you are invisible.
7 advantage. For pow. That's not bad. 19.
Okay. Okay, so Ulrun is doing his darndest to navigate through these webs, and you slide through, get up to the top drawer, and sure enough, there's the keys.
Big are the keys?
Hmm?
How big are the keys?
They're quite large. One of these keys is the size of one of you.
Can I put it into the bag of holding?
The bag of holding's full right now.
That doesn't matter. I'll leave stuff here. I don't care.
What did you
What's it
fill
full of?
that with?
I don't
something
remember.
Put in something last week, and I was like, "That's it. Nothing else was going in there."
It was the corpse.
Head, Yunogu's head.
Oh, yeah, I'm putting Yunogu's head is staying in this drawer. I'm sorry, Thanak. You're not here to stop me. I'm taking Yunogu's head out and leaving it, and I'm going to put the keys in the bag. And I'm going to leave the dead dog's head in this drawer. It's got gentle repose on it, so there's no smell.
Yeah.
This is going to require a stealth check from you.
I will add that just because he's got gentle repose doesn't mean he doesn't smell.
That's true. Yunogu definitely had an odor before he was dead.
He was quite large. Is it going to fit in here?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah. You can put it in long ways.
That was my one gift to Thanak.
I know. You ruined it.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you want from me. I got a 20.
No, but here that is a good question.
Darn right, you're sorry.
Like, if what we take out of the black bag of holding, does it go back to its original size or the size that we are now?
No, that's a good question.
That was my concern.
You pull the head of Yunogu out.
Whoa.
And it just explodes into the room, like knocks the dresser over.
Can I pull something else out of our bag of holding?
Oh, well.
You pull the head out, and it stays the same size.
It's a mini head. It's a shrunken head of Yunogu.
This is totally. I'm going to leave a note that says.
Put an IOU.
Oh,
nuisances.
It's gonna say, harboring criminals does not make you exempt. And then I'll sign it as Modius.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, I was going to also make a card.
All
right. Head of
Yunogu
collected.
His card. There you go.
Head of.
You should totally put it in one of ours that we escaped from.
Yeah, I'd like to sign it as Modius.
All right. Both of you make calligraphy checks, dexterity checks. I know Jeff or Mav is good at this. 20, 21, both of those are good. So you guys are just laughing. You're like trying not to laugh, and Ulrun is trying not to laugh, especially like he almost throws up when you pull this head out of your bag. He's like, "Why do you have a bloody head in your bag?"
Don't ask questions.
What's the
Just look
matter
over.
with you?
It's hang on. You don't want to know the answer still.
Would he even have the context? Like, if they told him whose head it was, would he even have the context to understand the gravity of the situation?
Yeah, because he fought Yunogu with you at the Nightmare Lord
did.
battle.
So he would.
So he would be really 100% clear on what you've just done.
Well, he recognizes it then.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Done some things.
You have done some things, and so the head comes out very, very quietly, gently set down. The key goes in.
Yep.
And you guys start to head back out.
This is a point of reference. I know I can't change what you guys are doing, but if you could bring the head out just to empty the bag, you can still bring it back with you. You don't need to leave it. But I know you're going to do what you're going to do.
I am going to cast teleportation circle.
It is quite large. It will not.
I remember that. Yeah,
they would not be able to carry this back.
Yep.
It's
on
large.
the carpet they wouldn't.
Yeah, no, the carpet would end up being too heavy.
Okay.
I spent time casting teleportation circle before so that I would have a point that I could return to. I would like to attempt to cast teleportation circle and go back to my jar.
With the keys?
With all of us.
The keys are now in the bag of holding.
The keys in the bag of holding.
why don't we hold on to the keys, put the head back in the bag, and just do that?
I don't want to take any chances because those are magical things that we don't own. I think we are safer. I get that you really want this head. The key is far more important, and we can always come back and get another Yunogu head.
Can we?
No, but we also can't come back if we don't get out.
Yep.
I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine with you doing what you're doing, but I don't understand the context of being able to get another Yunogu head. That I don't understand. I'm with you everywhere else except that.
Jeff's supposition about the keys is probably not far off. They are powerfully magical items, and they might not do well with teleportation.
Right. We already know that teleportation is broken. I have a specific sigil that I can go to, but it doesn't last forever. So,
I mean, you might be able to roll the Yunogu head into the teleportation circle.
That's kind of what it is. Let's
you
do
can
it.
try that, Nav. I'll let you play with that and see if you can carry it around with your 8 strength. I know I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah, I really feel like it's a win situation because if you roll it into the teleportation circle, it serves the purpose of being able to like not have to carry it around, but also put it in the spot where we ultimately need it to be to leave the card behind.
Yeah.
Like the win-win. I mean, do you get better than that?
Let's try. Yeah. Can we cast it under the head?
I can certainly try. I don't think we're going to fit in that space, but...
So Jeffrey puts a teleportation circle around the head of Yunogu.
Sure.
And casts the spell. And poof, you're gone. And back in your jar with a Yunogu head. Just because it's great.
Yep. All right.
It's because it's great. It is fantastic. And you already rolled really well for stealth for getting it out. But since this plan has altered slightly, I'll just keep that same roll. The Yunogu heads out. Boys, you find some really interesting things.
Cool.
Thanak finds a reference to a ring of keys that belong to someone known as the Warden of Sigil.
Oh.
Okay.
Wired?
Othig, you find a strange card. You haven't quite seen one like this. It is a re-reference card. You find something known as the Sword of Kaz.
Oh.
Hey, don't take it, okay? Don't.
The reference card sends you to back to the items, the parts section of the catalog that references a number of people who have certain parts. These are known. It's as you're going through it, you find a section called implants, and you find 2 references there to items with the tag of Vecna on them. They are both checked off, and another reference to individuals. Do you want to keep following this? Because this trail has taken you a while.
I mean, I feel like I would keep following it.
Okay. You go to individuals and you begin to keep following them, and you find a card for one King Gabriel Titanbrook.
Frickin' knew it. Yep.
And the box is checked.
Oh.
What's the other one?
What? That's it.
Okay.
All of the other boxes were checked. The Sword of Kaz, the 2 items of Vecna, the hand and the eye, were checked, and so is King Gabriel Titanbrook.
I'll level 20 wizard. Even if he's possibly a lich, you don't know.
Wait, you sure there wasn't a cross-reference there?
And we have context for who that is, correct?
Yeah,
we know. We've met him.
Oh, yeah.
We met him.
You've met him.
Yeah.
We care?
Well, you might not have met him.
No, I don't think Jeffrey did. I don't think Jeffrey was there for that.
You probably would have been in the room with him, but not introduced.
Right. I would have been in the King's Court.
Guys have definitely been introduced and had short conversations.
Just so because I think I'm tracking right here. So I'm under the impression that Sir Gabriel Titanbrook contains 2 parts of Vecna.
Yes, that is what the cards have led you to believe.
And it was the hand and which other one?
The eye.
The eye.
The eye. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Want to try and release him? Because we're about to come back to you in a
You
moment.
only had
here.
the hand before, right?
No, he
I
had
had both.
No,
You did have
Yeah,
both of them?
Thanks to Panic. Or not Panic,
Kane.
Kane.
Yep, she was not happy with that.
it was really more your DM being a jerk
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Tasselhoff screwing with things and
Yeah.
nobody taking a serious enough stance with Tasselhoff to tell him not to.
Okay, what is
Guys,
what does
we don't
Thanik
have
think
the
about
ability
this?
to get everything.
Correct.
Thanik would Titanbrook helped us.
Yeah, because so here I'll give you my 2 cents first. Like Othig's simple enough that he would be like, well, he's helped us, so we should let him out.
We
Those are the only
have,
thoughts I would have about it.
yeah, we have no information that would lead us to think he has not. I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm just saying, from our perspective, we know information that would lead us to believe that he isn't somebody who would. We also know that that he sent King Titanbrook specifically sent, what's her name? I can't think of her name. To help us with who was
the dragon.
Not the dragon, the black the aberrant black.
Yes.
Oh yeah. You guys owe him then.
We don't owe him.
Mm-hmm.
Grand
no,
Master
because-
will owe anybody.
There's no contract. You don't know anybody anything.
Yeah, no, but she said, what is her name? What is her name?
The mage.
No, it was
Farah.
No, Farah.
Yeah,
He sent Farah.
Yeah, and she said, from what I remember, she said, King Titanbrook sends his regards or something
like that.
It wasn't like because we specifically sent a message.
You sent a message to him
and said, just so you know, Aberrant Black is here, or whatever along those lines.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't help us statement. It was just so you know this guy's here.
Yeah,
if you care.
And she showed up with a bunch of angels
and beat feet to the the distance as we were.
Yeah. So between you and I, Othig, I think we would feel go help.
Okay. All right. Good.
Grab the ride out Titanbrook, and from there head to the Arcane Gate. Does that sound like a plan, guys?
Titanbrook's help with the rod stuff.
I mean,
he already has artifacts. He's probably going to try and take ours.
I mean,
a douche nozzle.
I don't agree.
Dabbling.
Sorry, Jeffrey doesn't agree. All royalty are douche nozzles.
Dabbling with magic, as I have, I would actually very greatly appreciate any help Titanbrook would give us.
From somebody that doesn't have it as a dump stat.
And we can't forget the Arsenal pack.
To get to the Arsenal pack.
It's getting lower on the list every time we find something new.
Absolutely not. It's called an Arsenal pack.
If we get stuck here and die because of a piece of fun loot, Jeffrey will kill all of you.
Again.
I feel like you're like really.
All right. So you guys have the key. You've teleported back. You've left Yonogu's head in the jar, in Jeffrey's jar with your notes.
It's already one of the best nights ever.
And you fly back off to meet up with the boys, who tell you about the other 2 things that they found. And so the order of retrieval is
Titanbrook,
Titanbrook. Titan Brook Rod.
And then
the key,
teleportation.
the Warden of Sigil. What was it? It was a key ring.
The key ring, the Warden of Sigil's keys.
Were those acquired, or were those still to be acquired?
Those were acquired.
Those were acquired, and you said I also noticed a card that said the Sword of Kaz, which was not acquired.
It was not acquired.
Okay.
So
I just wanted to make sure, I translate all that to the group. Why did I think that the Sword of Kaz was interesting? Did you say why?
Because it had a reference note on it, and you hadn't seen one of those before, which led you to believe that there's something about the Sword of Kaz that's linked to the paper trail that led you to Titan Brook.
Fennec, would you roll an Arcana check on the sigil keys at advantage with guidance?
So we buy the keys? This is the only thing that I have is a reference card for it.
I'm just trying to think of spells that would correspond with that phrase, right. Because Arcana was that.
Do we care about the keys? Is the question.
I feel like that could be a really good thing.
So the gut reaction
Anything we find here could be.
The gut reaction is: does it unlock teleportation locations? Is that
That's
your
part
waiting?
Of my...
So, if we did an Arcana check just to see if we had any inkling of this is what they could do.
Yep. And you guys know what Sigil is. You've talked to people about it. It's in the Astral Sea.
Yeah.
Jenny told you she would never take you there. And Fazergold told you he would never take you there.
But why did they tell us that again?
It's because we can get
dangerous.
There, right? Yeah, was it because it was dangerous, or because we couldn't even get in once we get there?
It was described to you as a place that politically was more dangerous than the Nine Hells.
Yeah, it was basically portrayed as just an overall super dangerous place.
So here's my thought.
For anybody who's trying to avoid the law, which both of those individuals were.
Well, my thought process on Sigil is that it clearly is the next leveled area after we conquer hell.
And the map's going to fit in really well there.
Oh, man. Everything's an MMO.
Oh, that's so funny. It's the next zone.
It's totally the next zone. We're just...
That's awesome.
That's what we need to get in, and we're not high enough level yet, but pretty soon we will be.
Okay, so Titan Brook, Rod.
How far? Where is the keys? Where are the key rings?
So Titan Brook is not far from you at all right now. The key ring is closer to the Arsenal pack.
So why don't we just do this in order of closest? Let's stop trying to prioritize
more things which we could set off. We don't have forever to just dick around in here.
I know, which is why we should just go do it.
That's why we need to prioritize. We need to know which ones we want to get first.
Can we have the conversation on our way to
Titan
yeah,
Brook.
we can.
Titan Brook?
We've all decided that Titan Brook is first.
I think our priority still falls in line with what we want to get in terms of closeness also.
And on top of this, once we get to the keys or wherever we're going, we don't have to trip this place. I think it's worth seeing what they are and seeing what the measures are to get through. Gabriel Titan Brook will help with that.
He might, or
because
out of here.
Bottom line is that our information is going to change once we get him, because you guys are limited to what I can accomplish, and he is much more accomplished than I am.
I'm not doubting that at all. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't get led astray by all of the goodies in here, because we're going to turn into that kid if we do. We're just going to keep collecting and collecting and collecting until we have everything.
Until mom yells at you, you go and cry and choke your dog to death.
Have you seen Phoenix Trophy
I feel
Room?
like it'd be totally different if we just sat in front of these cards and just peered through them for hours and hours and hours. But we're not doing that. We're still trying to make progress with what our mission is, but being smart about it at the same time. And you yourself even said, if all else comes push to shove, you were just going to let the nuisances loose. So that's still the backup plan, I feel like.
It is. It is still on my list of things to do.
Okay. So if it gets bad, like, we can still do that.
I don't want it to get bad. I would like to be in here as little time as we need to be.
All right. So
we
fly
are
over
the
to
bringer
Titanbrook,
of bad news.
and you know how to release him. So he looks like his enclosure is a library. He looks very bored with it.
Yeah.
He would.
So you open his enclosure, and immediately the illusion fades, and he looks and he says, I know you. I know you. You're the Red Rocks.
Oh, put the cap back on.
He starts laughing. And he's like, no, I cannot thank you in credit backs.
All joking aside, so
Put the cap back on.
The first thing I want to question him about is, we found you. I want to explain to him like how we found him, and then I want to see what the Sword of Kaz means to him.
He gets a very poker face look on his face. That's an abrupt question for a reunion and an escape plan.
Ryan, do you know what the Sword of Kaz is? I don't know how much this is in character and how much this is not.
No, I don't. But like I said,
Okay.
I wanted to give him the story about how we came to even find him.
With the cards.
He says the Sword of Kaz is the only weapon in the universe that can undo me.
Yep.
Like, are you here to kill me?
No.
He's starting to look worried. Not worried, but
no.
like,
Othig wanted to know.
I'm gonna have to brawl.
Ryan knows, but Othig wanted to know because that was the reference card that led us to find him. So I wanted him to know that.
All right. So you explain that to him, and he's like, "Well,
I'm also going to tell him that it wasn't checked off. That it's not here.
Good. I'm going to leave now. Would you like to come with?
We need to get.
Would he help us before he leaves?
What do you need?
There's a couple of things we need to get before we go.
Explain to him our plan.
We'll tell him about the arsenal pack first.
That sounds fascinating. I know a certain count would love.
King Gabriel thinks it's a good idea. When has King Gabriel ever been wrong?
Although he does say,
right?
I will help you for those keys.
He knows about
the keys of Sigil?
Yeah. If you tell him the plan. I mean, you said you were telling him the plan.
Yeah, tell him the plan. Yeah.
Okay, how about this? We'll give you the keys if, whenever you storm that place, you bring us with.
Bring us into the level 60 zone.
I don't intend to storm. I don't intend to storm anything. I intend to apply political leverage.
We're also good at that.
That's
Sounds
less
awesome.
fun, but we'll go too.
He just starts laughing. Has there ever been a problem you didn't hit or forced to submit by stroke of pen?
Nope.
Titanbrook is hosting a dinner party trying to sway political rivals. And here the Granite Backs walk in. Mace is over their shoulder ready to beat some heads.
Look, if he thought Marlemere was bad, he's never seen this group, obviously.
So he says, the keys. Do we have a deal? All right.
Yeah.
So
knows about Lady Kane, correct?
he does.
How'd you get stuck in here? I'm really powerful?
I am. Have you seen the size of that gnome? He crushed our ship with his bare hands.
Oh.
Really? So he's actually that big? We're not just shrunk?
Oh, well, yes. I mean, I could see why you would think that, because you encountered him only in here, apparently. We found him in the Astral Sea. He was on, what did my pilot call it? A skateboard.
Bart Simpson? Are we dealing with
Yes, I was just going to say, is this Bart? Oh my God.
No, he's got a beard. So I would say you're having this conversation as you're flying with him. He would cast fly, and you'd be cruising across. As you go to unlock things, he puts up an arcane bubble.
That's useful.
And it blocks the transmission of magical energy back and forth. And so there are several alarms set on these objects that
how powerful he is and the relationship that he has with the Weave. Can I just suggest that maybe Thanok choose him as a patron? Just a thought.
I mean,
it's not his bag of tricks.
Yeah.
I don't think people get a choice if somebody chooses them as a patron. I feel like that's part of what's out there. You just start praying to them, and then they hear your voice.
No, sometimes it is definitely your choice.
Yeah.
While we're working on all this, Mav would like to have a serious conversation with Titanbrook about creating a new spell.
Okay.
Called
always fascinating for him.
Infinite Armory.
Yes.
Okay. He thinks that's intriguing. But as you arrive at the arsenal, he doesn't know if you're going to need it. So, Othig, what you're looking at is a backpack of sorts. And there are all sorts of slots on this backpack.
Yeah.
And it is bristling with weapons.
Yeah.
He's like,
I already have the rod parts then?
You said that like an Amish boy who just met his raped bride.
Oh gosh.
That's her.
Awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So you take it, and as the magic field comes down, you grab a hold of the arsenal pack, and one of the spears shoots out of its holding place and like goes flying off into the darkness.
Premature, a little bit of premature spear chuck in there.
Yeah.
So you're not attuned to this item or anything yet, but you have a feeling like once you do, you might be able to fire things out of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's coming with, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You pick up the keys next, and then you fly over to the dimensional gate.
Yep.
Now, you guys have successfully avoided drawing the attention of the collector or his dog by basically ruining his life again, at least temporarily, because that's how teenagers feel about things. And you get to the arcane gate, which you do not think you can take with you because it's real big.
All right.
But there are thousands of symbols all along the outside of it. And it looks like they're attached to stones that spin. So it's a stone archway that has like these carved stone cylinders inside of it, and they spin and reveal more symbols.
How much of this is magical and how much of it is mechanical?
It is 100% magical, but the magic is controlled through the mechanics of it. So yeah.
Does
I just mean,
know what this thing is?
Yeah, would we be able to replicate it?
You don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, and if you suggested that, I would say Titanbrook would even tell you he wouldn't think so.
Yeah, but he's not.
He's fascinated by this. Gosh, he's the most powerful wizard in the world.
He's still not a Gratipack.
He's still not a Gratipack.
He's not a Gratipack, man. I mean, he's trying.
It's true.
In discussing it, he would probably surmise that you could replicate locations that you were aware of, but there are millions of combinations of places here.
Doorway. This will get you anywhere. That's insane.
He does not think this is a good avenue of escape.
No.
Just because he is unaware of what all of these symbols mean.
Yeah, I think I would guess we have to put in an arcane address, basically, and without even understanding what address system they're even using.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 questions. 1, do we want to swap the keys for the head or keep the keys? 2, we probably need to go out through the kitchen, will be my guess. So we probably need some stealthy. Does Gabe want to go with us on that?
He's planning on casting plane shift and going home at this point.
Oh.
So as fun as it's been, his offer for escape is for you guys to come with him.
Out of the house.
But it'll bring us out of the house, and we need to get back here.
We need to go to a specific plane within the 9 hells. Can you send us there before you plane shift yourself away?
He's going to tell you no.
Yep.
He doesn't want to risk it.
Because he won't be able to get himself back out. Once he gets into the hells, there's no getting out for him. And you have to go with plane shift.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that's all the help he's going to be.
He does apologize that he can't get you to where you needed to go. He didn't realize you were headed there when he made the agreement. He does promise if you make it back prime side, he will make it up to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Matt will pull out a business card and hand it to him and tell him if he's ever in trouble.
He smiles and laughs, and he's like, "You've rescued me once. This is not a business card I put in the disappear drawer."
I will just say, when we get back, I have some ideas to share with you. Nothing important.
Sure. He says he would love to. Ulrun in the back goes, "I would not prefer to go to hell. They won't let me leave."
Can he leave us the carpet? For rescuing him from
freed you Goomba.
The collector?
Bring it back. It'll be a lender.
We're borrowing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We promise to return it in the condition that we that it's in.
No. Stop that.
We're going too far.
We promise to return it in a condition.
We promise that if we return and we can't give it back to you because it's been destroyed, we'll be real sad.
Wow.
Ulrun looks a little put off.
He owes us.
He rolls it up and he says, "Well, what's a carpet between friends, right?"
Right. How much is usually a carpet?
They're expensive.
Yeah, but we have a bunch of money on us.
We have
a bunch of soul coins on us.
Yeah, I don't know what you
probably doesn't want.
Isn't a magic carpet like 25,000 gold?
I think for the small one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yes, but we also have more than 25,000.
So
that giant, the Yunogu, had 100,000 gold on him.
Not anymore.
Not even. He had.
Ulrun, take the head with you.
The Yunogu?
Yep.
Bring it to Granaback Keep. They'll know what to do with it.
I don't.
Well, that's actually a really good idea.
I don't want to touch it.
That's fine.
We just got you out of the collector's jar, bruh.
Dude, I just gave you my carpet, yo.
Yeah, well.
But I mean, you're going back to the Prime anyway with King Gabriel here.
Can't he just send you somewhere?
Just
Gabriel just tips his head to the side. He's like, "We could go directly to the keep."
Yeah, boy.
Because I'm not taking that thing to my house.
Yeah.
It's going to end up there anyway. It'll probably be a gift from Thanak to the kingdom.
He's not granted back yet, but soon he'll understand the importance of keeping the heads of your enemies.
Yeah.
He's not a granite back yet.
You guys You cruise back over to the where you left the head of Yanogu. Titanbrook and and Gabriel disappear, and you guys need to get back to the Hells. How are you going to do that?
That's a good question. Did we get the rod pieces?
Yes, you do have. Yeah, you have the things you wanted to collect from here. You have the treasure pieces.
Yep, we've got all that stuff. We've got a carpet now. We know about this gate, but we don't know how to operate it.
When we came in,
now this gate was a treasure, though, right? This is part of the treasure, or this is part of the room.
It's part of
this is part of the treasure.
Item. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just a very large one.
Yeah.
Would we? Oh gosh, I don't want to do this. If we go back to the drawers, is there a section for instruction manuals?
I was just gonna say something like that, or like basically like a catalog of. Yeah.
This dude totally has a drawer full of like
instruction manuals. Yeah, like the old Nintendo instruction manual.
Got like 16 pamphlets on how to set up your router.
Yeah.
Yep.
For routers he doesn't even have anymore.
How to build that piece of solder home furniture you got sitting in your corner.
Bunch of IKEA stuff.
IKEA stuff. Yeah, totally. That's totally what he's got.
So you guys go back to the drawers and you do find a sleeve of instructions. Please make a D20 roll.
Originally, Mike was like, no, that he doesn't have that. And then we explained it to him, and he's like, yeah, he totally would have that.
We're all
so you guys begin to look through.
Greedy, man.
We're not getting greedy. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, we're trying to leave now.
There
are other ways to get out of here.
Okay, how? What are they?
Go out through the kitchen. We already said it.
Yeah,
let's just go out through this front door. Who cares?
We are on a planet.
Yeah.
Floating in nowhere.
Yep. I knew you were actually in the middle of that, going to be like, we're on a mission from God.
We're on a mission from God.
So, somewhere between small appliances and snow blowers, you get lost. Yes. There's just so much paper there. And right as you're about to give up, you find like a giant piece of notebook paper that's been pulled out of a spiral notebook, so it's got all those tabbies on the end, and it's got all these symbols that look very familiar to you because you've seen them on the arch. And just as you pull that out, you hear the door open.
Invisibility.
I can only do it once.
And Olrun's is long.
Yeah, how long is it? I mean, that's fine. We are on a flying carpet. We can go
on a ride.
Fly can only fly so fast.
Yeah, but he's not.
Why don't we just fly up and hide?
Yeah.
We're in the drawer at the moment, though.
You are in the drawer at the moment.
So as we're getting on the carpet, I will do my best to commit it to memory, and then we'll just scoot up in the air.
Yeah, let's hear how far he walks down whichever direction he chooses to walk down.
Yep. So he has his lantern. It's pretty obvious he has never actually turned on the lights himself. So getting in trouble for turning on the lights it's like he didn't do it. He doesn't know why he was getting yelled at.
I didn't turn them on, Mom. Well, who did? You're the only one who goes in there.
Man, that's totally it.
So he heads off down the nuisance aisle, which is a decent distance from where you guys are now. And you hear him mumbling. You hear him mumbling to himself. He's like, I can never turn on the lights. I don't know. Then he gets control of himself and he straightens out his voice. He's like, I didn't turn on the lights.
Talks like that guy.
Yeah.
While
he didn't turn on the lights.
Yeah, while he's going.
In that direction?
No, the gate's in the opposite direction.
Yeah, we'll just go towards the gate.
Yeah.
So we close the drawer though, so he doesn't know where we're looking.
It closes by itself.
It closes by itself, so we're just in there.
So you take off past the drawer as it closes by itself, and you start flying past the door coming in, and you fly right over the head of the dog, who now starts barking and chasing you.
Oh, he saw us?
I'd like to cast.
Weren't we sticking to the
So-
tops?
Cast silence on the dog.
I don't have silence.
coming up from the
Yeah,
door,
but
you'd have
doesn't-
been on your way up
Okay.
past the door, and he was coming in right as you were going past the door.
would
I
like
need
to
the pup to make a.
Oh, you're doing
go
it,
ahead, Tony.
All right. I was going to cast Hypnotic Pattern on it,
Okay, you do that.
which incapacitates it.
Okay.
DC 18 Wisdom check.
So the dog's like,
I'm going to cast Enemies Abound on him.
No.
What does that do?
It makes him think he's being attacked by everything.
Yeah, so so when his owner comes over, he'll start attacking the gnome.
No, this is what happens. So the dog is totally paralyzed by the hypnotic pattern, and then gets nailed by enemies bound. I need to make a saving throw on that, I'm guessing.
It's an 18 DC, but it's
Stupid dog. So you see it like start to snarl, and then it turns and it looks behind it and it sees its tail and it goes just berserk, and it's just like freaking out, chasing its own tail around, roaring and snapping, and the gnome comes running around. He's like, "What's wrong with you?" And the dog is just spinning around. And he's like, "Stop it, moron!" And you guys are sailing towards the gate. Yeah,
it's
no,
an intelligence save, so he
I got a
actually
12,
failed.
so
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
yeah, but he would think that the gnome is an enemy as well.
And so yeah, they get into a bit of a tussle, and you see the gnome clubbing him with his lantern.
No, poor doggy.
Harsh.
Make it to the gate, but you still don't quite know how to decipher where you need to go. So make an intelligence check on the paper.
That's you, Thanak. You can keep an advantage, I guess.
Can I give him
Intelligence.
guidance?
What am I making?
An intelligence check. So it's just straight intelligence.
There you go.
Where was the third part of the rod? Which zone of the Nine Hells?
The trash pit.
Yep.
I can't remember the name of it right now.
Did you say with guidance?
Yes. And a war gong.
13.
I think the war gong's gone already.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, you
war
did.
gong
Pretty
is
sure you used that.
Yeah.
I took it off him already.
Oh.
Yep. So you got a 13. It's hard. It is hard to
We're
figure
going
out.
to Mineros.
Yep, it's hard to figure out where you're going. You begin to put some stuff together. You recognize some symbols for the prime. You recognize maybe some symbols for your system now, because the one symbol that you think might be your system is a sun with a planet, and then another planet looks.
Okay, got locked up on ours.
Your pictures are 100% frozen.
Oh.
Oh, there they all come back. So, yeah, and you're like, okay, this is us in relation, and you got a decent guess at some of the others, so you can take some more time. You do hear the dog and the gnome have stopped fighting at this point, or you could make an educated guess now.
Can we stand lookout? Can Othic stand lookout and watch just down to see where the light's shining, to see if they're coming this way, while we review it some more?
Yep. You can. It is very obvious that he is headed back down the nuisance aisle.
Give you a bardic inspiration, Thanak. I don't
opposite
have
direction
many
of us.
left. I have one more after this one.
Yeah, are you giving me inspiration?
I am. I have one more after this one.
Okay. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
so close.
Plus a D10.
Oh.
You gotta be kidding me.
Did you guide him? Did you get him guidance?
Of course I did. But
It's not going to help a whole lot, but
Back.
roll your D4. Hey,
Really?
14.
Really?
20s to 1s.
Wow.
Danik, it is just really confusing. You might have identified the hells, but you're not sure.
Hey, let's try it one more time. We haven't heard anything from him yet. The collector.
bardic
Not
inspiration.
yet.
That's your last
Okay.
one.
Last one.
So as you go to start studying the paper this last time, you do the alarms start going off, and he's like, why does it smell like dog? Ugh! Those granite backs! And he's mad. He's so mad. And he comes running down the aisle, but you do have a time to try and give it one more go to figure out where you're going.
One more go.
With
and
guidance.
then whatever. Okay, with guidance. With your D10, right?
Yep.
Last one.
21.
Good. It's 21, and then 24?
24.
24.
Oh no, he wouldn't. Never mind. Okay.
All right. So you think you got a pretty good idea. You start to move symbols. The lantern turns your way, and you hear, "Oh no, you don't! Oh no, you don't!" And he's coming running. Fanak, roll a D100. The higher, the better.
Okay.
64. So you guys run through the arcane gate.
That's a failing grade.
You feel for just a moment your molecules being pulled apart, and then you see a sea of stars before you, and they warp and swirl, and then there is blackness. Then a pinpoint of light, it rushes forward and comes into existence, and you are in a long grassy field with bright blue skies above you. And that's where we're going to stop.
Yeah.
Oh. What'd you say?
All of us or just me?
All of you. Nope, you're all there.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Well, I'm guessing unless somebody didn't want to run through the gate.
No.
We're going.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I think we're in the fields of Elysium, so we're okay. That probably means we're dead, so maybe that's not okay.
Oh man.
Well, whatever it is, that's where you are.
All right. All right.